Oh, they can hear me. Hey. Yeah, that'd be very unnecessary. All right, they can hear you now, I think. I hate that that happens every time. It like defaults back to my computer, like my actual internal computer microphone and output speakers instead of the ones I'm using, which I use every week, and I
No,
always set
no
it to them.
excuse. It's no excuse.
I know. I'm sorry. I let you guys down.
Oh man, look at this live stream. It's like all pretty and stuff. It's not black and my head's
Yeah.
not split in half.
So you mean you're in line for Millennium Forceless?
Oh, why'd I leave my phone all the way over there?
Because you suck.
I do. I wonder if I can reach it with my headset on.
I really want to see like
Probably
his monitors like collapse.
Everything just falls down. That's the kind of stuff that would happen to me.
Yeah. And then you'd be like, James, damn it, you broke it.
I have succeeded.
Hey. Don't jinx yourself though.
So far.
Still just collapses. Just cuz.
Wait, hold. Oh, stop the presses. A ride at Cedar Point is down. Oh my God. Who'd have thunk that could happen? I like that I explained my position to Ghost Studios and they didn't bother replying. They're like, no, we're taking your $10 anyway.
Get out of here.
Which kind of made like that kind of leaves me like it kind of starts making me think like with the way he responded to me, it's almost like feels like they intentionally left that option there so people would pre-order it under the false pretenses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just like his response is like made me even angrier.
Bob, if you have Wi-Fi, you can watch it. just
I guess
so
I
you
should
know.
explain this to people on the stream. So
And then explain it
when
again
this
on the show, on the podcast starts.
yeah, oh, yeah, that's true. But when This Is How We Roll was announced, I went to the Vimeo site and it actually specifically said that you could download it or stream it at any time if you purchased it. So I did a pre-order purchase like that. And I even tweeted about like how excited I was that they were allowing downloads because I was actually able to watch it, which was a big problem for me with Closed for Storm because they actually sold physical media, which is what I ordered, but then so many people ordered the physical media that it got back ordered. So like I didn't get to watch that show for a really long time because I just wasn't able to. Because I didn't have platforms that like I mean, I don't want to sit at my computer and like a lot of my TV stuff runs Linux and like, they just don't care. But like I was so excited about it, but then all of a sudden after like I don't know, at some point in the last month they randomly decided that they weren't going to allow that after I specifically purchased for that and they just changed it. So now I'm not going to be able to watch it even though I purchased it and Vimeo won't let you cancel pre-purchased items. So I'm kind of screwed, which sucks because like when the entire world was complaining about how they had to pay for the documentary, like I really went to bat for them and was like, hey, Like it's $10. That's more than fair, and they're like actually not being dicks about it and making you stream it only. Like they're actually gonna let you download it and stuff for your $10, and yeah, they don't care. So I'm a little upset, which sucks because like I really want to support them. Like I think it's really cool that they did this documentary and like, but like when you sell something, you should like stick to what you sold and like the pretense that you sold it under.
Yeah, I agree. You can't change your terms this late in the game. I mean, literally the day of the documentary being released, practically.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know when they actually changed it. It may have changed a couple weeks ago. I just wasn't looking. I just happened to look today. Well, late last night.
Sure, I guess, but
And
this is the first that they've actually publicly said anything about it. Didn't they? I mean, they tweeted a little bit. I mean, someone tweeted a joke about it. So I guess it's not actually them saying anything,
I
but
haven't
they
seen.
haven't said
I don't.
anything about it.
I don't think
That's
those
kind of
are.
a. I feel like that's a condition that, if changed, needs to be addressed at the very least. And
I'm,
hey guys, by the way, you can't download it anymore. In
well,
an effort
and not
to
that
scale down
I,
piracy, excuse me.
which that argument just cracks me up because like people that are in my situation that were like at this point I don't care whatever. But like people that are in my situation with stuff like this, like that need an actual DRM free file so that they can watch it on platforms that they have. Um, like if you can download it, nobody's gonna spend the time trying to like upload it and share it and stuff like this. Like they're like, no, I bought it, I'm not sharing it. But like if you lock it down like this, you actually create like you basically tell like people actually are forced to actually do that. So you don't really protect yourself from piracy. In some ways, you actually encourage it.
Yeah.
Well, the internet's good, yeah, Mike, sort of. It's just the internet's also a bad place. There's people that'll rip you off. We actually have graphics this time. That's an improvement from last week. And we'll have to see if our live stream lasts 7 hours again.
I honestly don't remember the process.
So, Mike, did you buy a new laptop?
Oh, yeah, he said he did.
Because I did. Oh, did he?
He said he bought like a crap ton of
I
equipment.
act- I actually bought a new laptop too for unrelated reasons. Is it a Coaster Studio? Did that just hit you, James?
Yeah, I'm talking to Daniel right now about tomorrow night. So I just heard that and I was like, it just clicked. Mike, you're gonna be at Phoenix Wild Fun Fest, right? I believe you are. I'm pretty confident you are.
Pam's not. She sold us out.
Yeah, Pam sucks.
She said, "I'm
She's
going
going
to
to
the
see.
NFL game."
Yeah. Not only an NFL game, but an Eagles game.
I know it's not even like
a good
Good
team.
NFL.
Yeah, it's not even a good team. It's a team that is literally 1-3.
I mean, I can't say much right now because
The Steelers suck this year too, but the Steelers at least have a good reason
But-
for sucking. We have a lot of injured players, and that's hurting us. It's kind of crippling us.
I know it's not nice, Pam. I'm just making you feel at home in Philadelphia because nothing in Philadelphia is nice. No one's nice.
Yeah, we're all assholes, or they're all assholes there. So get used to it. But right now, I probably wouldn't pay to see the Steelers play. So,
I mean, I won't. I wouldn't pay to see any of that shit.
oh, I would if the Steelers are doing good.
I don't care enough though.
Okay, also fine. You see that number.
I didn't make that argument, Pam. It's just people in Pittsburgh are nice. People in Philadelphia are not nice. I think the whole city of brotherly love. I swear that was just like a joke.
Irony. Pam, but in all fairness, the Steelers have 6 Super Bowl rings, and the Eagles have 1. So,
I mean, there is that. You can do what you know. What if anybody asks? So yeah, that is kind of ironic. There's actually an RSS feed that will allow you to plug it into an application that'll automatically literally download every single one of our episodes.
yeah. We should start charging. If you want to download, you gotta.
But we'll promise that if you subscribe to our podcast, we'll promise that you can download it.
Yeah.
Then we just won't let you actually download
Then,
it.
then you'll just get to stream it off of our site. That's it. We'll disable the download feature.
I know, Pam. That's what I'm saying. I literally think they called that city Philadelphia ironically. Like they knew, they're like, everybody hates everybody here, so let's call it the brotherly love name. I'll rag on Philadelphia all I want. And the fact that anybody wants to go to Philadelphia to live is a whole other.
That wasn't born there, and they didn't inherit that that duty
Right.
to be a citizen of Philadelphia. Yeah.
I mean, like, if you're actually born there, like, maybe I can get it, like, families there and stuff, but, like, to actually want to move there, I don't know, man. So you're saying nobody in Philadelphia has armpits? Is that what you're saying?
What's so wrong with armpits? You can put some deodorant on there. Put some deodorant on there, and you're set.
One of these days, Pam's just gonna lose it on us. She's gonna get.
She already did it to me, so.
The good news is she's closer to you. She has to get to you first.
Well, she's already kind of lost it on me. Remember the story?
Yes, I heard.
But yeah, she still has yet to go nuts on you.
She's gonna lose it on me one day. I know.
Just gotta call her. Just tell her she's not an enthusiast, and you're good. That's the key if you want it.
Cheetah Hunt's getting a repaint.
Is it green? Is it Riddler Revenge green?
I don't. It's terrifying too. Why this pisses me off so bad? Why can't you give a link to the actual tweet? Why do you have to post a photo of the tweet so that like nobody can verify that it's actually true? Or actually make people work to actually verify it's true. Like just put the freaking link. It's not that hard, is it? Is it hard? Is it
What are you talking about?
the person that posted it on Reddit, they just took a screenshot of the tweet
Oh yeah, I don't like when people do that.
instead of linking to the tweet.
I'll be right back. I accidentally printed it twice. Mike, you never answered my question. Are you going to Phoenix Fall Fun Fest? I feel like you are. I feel like I've already asked you, but I also don't remember. I don't even know if he's still here. I've been to Philadelphia, Pam, multiple times.
No, I've not only been to Philly Airport. I drove around Philly. It was miserable.
I like Philadelphia, but it's the place I want to visit, not live. Same thing with California. I love California. It's like a very nice, very awesome activities and experiences, and the cities are cool, but I cannot live there. Got my Field of Screams tickets. Yeah. I know you're jealous. It's okay.
I'm not jealous.
Is it kind of cool right now that you're in the perspective of the live stream? You're looking at Railblazer. It's like it's right in front of you.
I'm disappointed you took 0 away for 2 RMCs.
That image of Impulse was terrible. It was off my cell phone, so I thought I'd choose a better image. Maybe if I take a good one of Impulse tomorrow or Saturday, yeah, I can replace it.
I mean, an intimate would be okay too.
Well, on the 3 people one, there's
2 RMCs.
On the 3 people one, there's an intimate. There's Intimate 305, but it's with Diamondback.
What's wrong with that?
Diamondback sucks.
I'm
just kidding. Diamondback doesn't suck. Nitro sucks, but Diamondback's pretty okay.
Nitro is better than both Diamondback and Apollo Stereo.
That, my friend, is factually incorrect. I could do a GCI. Wooden coasters are harder to do. The Steel Vengeance actually was just a good angle I got. That was easy, but like sometimes the wooden coaster structures are too hard to like clip out the background. So like you can see like the sky in the background a little bit. Even if I use a tool that kind of grabs all of the same color and it tries to delete that background, it'll mess things up and it'll start deleting pieces of the structure and then it looks bad. So it's hard to Photoshop wooden coasters typically, but
What James is saying is he'll only go through that level of work for an RMC.
yeah,
That's what that that's what that was all about.
exactly. Only for the best coaster in the world, Steel Vengeance.
You could do Mystic Timbers. It's low to the ground a lot.
I don't have any.
Don't even
I don't have any
have-
good pictures of Mystic Timbers. Once I go back to Kings Island, get a photo with my camera. I could do that. I have some of Gold Striker, and of I don't know if I have any good ones of Ghost Rider because Ghost Rider's kind of weird to get photos of, and it's like really high up in the air. Think of Ghost Rider like Twister, but like in the parking lot a little bit, and think about how hard that might be to get a photo of. It's like it's way too high the whole time. You can't really see the actual train. Ooh, I think I might have actually okay photos of Roar at America too. But
Roar. I like Roar.
I like this. I like this. This took me a little bit to do, so I like the one I set up already. In the future, I'll take your requests into consideration.
Skyrush would look good in that background.
If I revisit, get a photo with my camera, will do. Soon the whole image is just going to be coasters and not actually us. Like, put Skyrush there and put Impulse here and put Roy there. And then it's not, where are we at? We're back there somewhere. Don't you worry about it.
Nobody cares about us.
It is an audio podcast after all. I think Mike is just ignoring me. He doesn't want to tell us. He doesn't want to tell me that he's going.
Could be.
I don't know, Bob. I feel like this is just going to be repainted the same color.
I think it is too.
Oh, okay. I
I
thought you were.
didn't say it was.
I don't know if that's newsworthy. Should we? I think we should combine at least the Tatsu story then, and you can think about. You can mention that you think it's photoshopped, but.
Okay. I guess.
And then we can debate whether or not it's actually photoshopped. Because now I'm starting to think I don't think it is.
I think it's photoshopped.
We can put it to a poll.
That can be the poll.
There's got to be some other person that's posted. There can't be the only two photos in existence. Wait, I'm not gonna. Boo, 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 boo.
Apparently, Bainham Painting is repainting Cheetah Hunt because they just retweeted Busch Gardens' tweet.
Is that bad?
No, it's a good thing.
Okay. I didn't.
Man, they're busy this year.
Yeah, they're up at Hershey too, right?
Yeah, I believe Bainham's doing that.
Yeah, I think that's what Daniel said. I think he saw them there.
Oh yeah, Bainham Painting tweeted a picture from Hershey.
Oh yeah. Do do boo boo. He has orange colors on too.
He does.
I wonder. I've heard multiple people talk about this Jolly Rancher retheme for Sidewinder now.
Oh, you've heard other people talk about it?
Yeah, so it's not just limited to Daniel anymore. Looks like they're painting the Eiffel Tower at Kings Island too.
Indeed, they are.
Yeah, so they're busy. And the State Fair of Texas Ferris wheel.
Well, looks like Bainham Painting is is repainting Phantom as well.
Oh yeah.
Does anybody paint roller coasters other than
Especially
paint
family
them?
parks.
Yeah, I don't know. They're doing everything. They painted Pandemonium at over Texas. I wonder if they did the Riddler Revenge painting at over Georgia. Saving nickels, saving dimes, working till sun don't shine. They painted Velocicoaster. that's for sure. Oh, they did. They did. They painted Riddler's Mindbender at over Georgia. They have a bunch of images of it down at the bottom. They also painted Wahoo Run, it looks like it. They paint water slides too. Interesting. Interesting. Do. Blue Bayou. I'm going back someday. Come what may to Blue Bayou. And the box open. All right. So we'll just do the Collins.
What? Oh yeah. Good lord. I really am wondering if anybody paints coasters other than them. And what happened before they painted coasters? Like before they painted the Beast, like who painted coasters then?
Probably internally, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of interesting though.
When did they? 1983. Yeah, I feel like before them, it's probably done internally.
Wait, 1983 is when they painted? No, it was.
It's when they were established.
Oh, I thought you were saying that's when they painted the Beast. I was like, wait, because I know Beast was the first roller coaster they painted.
Yeah. No, that's not what I meant.
Oh. I think they painted water slides before that.
You said they painted the Beast?
That was the first roller coaster they painted.
I don't see anything about that on their projects list. I don't see anything about Kings Island on their project list. Just trying to find that. I see King's Dominion. Oh, here we go. Here's Kings Island. They just put it right under there.
Here it said, oh, it was in the early 1980s.
That's what I figured. If they were established in the early 80s, their first ride was in the 80s, I feel like it's only practical. It's odd to me that there's nothing about the Beast on here, on their project list. Beast.
It's right on their, it's on their main page. It's literally the first paragraph.
You have to scroll.
On their main
Oh, wait,
page.
hold up. Well, I'm looking on their project list. I'm not on their main page. You have to scroll over and see. There's like a little tiny arrow in the top right corner that's not very apparent. They don't know how to spell either. What the hell? I keep getting redirected to this Squarespace login. I'm not trying to log in. This is crazy. They must host their site on Squarespace, and it keeps trying to get me to log into it for some reason.
Name your favorite ride, and we've probably worked on it, or one just like it.
They don't spell Kings Island right. That's why I couldn't find it.
Well, it's Knigs Island.
Oh my god! It keeps sending me to the Squarespace login. Stop! Every time I scroll down to Kings Island and I get to it, it says login, and then I refresh the tab and it takes me back to the top of the screen. Holy shishi balls! Oh, I did it! All right, 1984. Yeah, the Beast. There we go. Holy Shaka Khan.
Painted Steel Force in 97. Thunderhawk in 99. Kingdom Coaster and Merlin's Mayhem were both painted by them.
Looks like Base Painters also paints, but it doesn't look like a lot. Roller Coaster Painters. Whether it's a full repaint of your roller coaster and ride maintenance painting.
They painted Raging Wolf Bobs in 94.
Looks like Base Painters also works with the amusement industry. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't think they specialize in just amusement park projects, but like Bainham, but they repainted Steel Eel, the Drop Tower at, looks like, Carowinds? Or maybe that's Canada's Wonderland?
Why are we talking about this instead of actually doing the...
Oh, yeah, they do Drop Towers, amusement parks, buildings as well. Yeah, I don't know why we're talking about this. They've worked with Elitch Gardens, Lakeside, Pirate Cove. Those are some of the parks they've worked with. All right, well, so it's not just Bainham then. That answers that question.
Oh, there is somebody else. I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah, they're called Base Painters. Base Painters. I'm going to go get some more water, and then we can start the show, I guess. We need a weekly poll for next week. I'll leave you with that, though.
I mean, Pam, don't you always fall asleep? We've kind of come to expect that. Although I have to say, I was really impressed with you. You hung in there last week, but Mike beat you. I don't know if you listened to that. Listen to the actual podcast. Man, people are ridiculous. It is actually amazing how many people think that like there's no possible way that Cedar Fair could ever actually close Top Thrill Dragster. Like the thought of it, as if Volcano didn't happen.
I may have lied.
All right, can we do this show? I'm tired already. I don't even want to start getting into that whole Top Throw Tracks are going to close thing. Oh my god. People would be.
We already did that. Didn't we already do that poll?
We might have actually.
I'm
Yeah. Actually,
pretty sure
I
it was
think we did.
worded differently, but it was
Yeah.
like, do we think it's going to be... I can't remember the exact wording now. Hold up.
I love this guy on Reddit on the thread that Daniel was talking about.
That's
He's
all.
like saying it's gonna get a new, new launch.
Yeah.
Like what? What? I actually just replied. I said maybe they'll do a booster wheel launch.
Yeah, so I looked when you sent that. Yeah, we did. Is Top Dojo Extra done for? So I mean, it's the same. And 60 people said no, and then 9 people said yes.
Oh man. What are we waiting for now?
James Barber
Oh, okay.
to finish
Just
eating.
checking.
I looked at the time. I realized I had not eaten in like 6 hours, so I was like, that probably is not the best idea to do a show for.
So what happens if I fall asleep?
During the show?
Yep.
Then every argument we were going to have, I'll just claim I won. I'll be like, Tatsu's definitely not. It's definitely not a Photoshop.
What?
I'll be like, Tatsu's definitely not a Photoshop. Yeah, I guess that's really the only argument that looks like might happen. I don't even know how to do the argument necessarily. I was thinking it'd be like a show where if we had a debate, I would just claim victory over it. But I don't really see any debates happening on the show. Oh, okay, James, I got you. Yeah.
I got you, James. I have no idea what you just said. But I'll say that.
Wow. You can't understand what I'm saying?
No, I was reading something else while you were talking, and like I don't.
James, what did you say? But once I ask that question, I'm going to start reading something. I'm not listening to what you're explaining.
Wait, what? Hold on. I don't know what's going on anymore.
I had started talking, and you said, "Wait, what?" And then I explained what I said, and then you said, "Wait, what?" Again. I was reading something. I said, "So." You asked me to explain, but then you weren't listening to me explain my initial explanation. And you're not listening again.
Nope.
That's pretty awesome.
All right, I'm listening.
Nope, I'm not doing it anymore.
Don't. I don't care.
You see how this man treats me, guys?
Oh. Are you done eating yet?
Are you done ignoring me?
I said you could talk, and you said no, you're not going to. So You have my attention right now. By the time you start talking, I don't know if you'll have my attention, but
Yeah. I think that's a known fact.
I have an antenna I can use as a pointer. I don't know why.
Todd Joseph,
This-
you bastard.
I'll whoop you with an antenna.
Get out of line. I'm smacking.
Bam.
Pam, remember who has the power to block. Remember, I can put you in timeout. I like how delayed that was, too. God dang it. I hate this. That would be awesome if they did that. I would be so happy if Fat Bastard got his own ride. I'm gonna eat you, baby. Oh,
Get in my belly.
get in my belly. I want my baby back ribs. I want my baby back ribs. All right, I'm done eating, so I'm gonna go throw it away. And then we'll be done.
Dan, what would you do if a student told you that?
Cam, why are you going to bed so early? He got school, probably. That's for losers. Sadly, I have to go back tomorrow.
I
Kind of
don't.
enjoyed my little quarantine vacation a bit. Not really vacation because I was still having to do work, but I like being in my house. Quarantine-ication. I could do the Foo Fighters song, Californication, but quarantine-ication. I think I might just do that. And there's nothing Bob can do to stop me. Even ignoring me won't work.
Yeah, I don't understand how Twitter works. Like when you actually use the web interface. Like it just gave me a new tweet that was tweeted on October 4th. It's like so screwed up. Why?
To me, Cam, sorry. We're going to Knoebels. We're going to be leaving really early. And we're not going to be getting home until really late. Oh, no, actually, we're not going home. We're going to an Airbnb, so. It's going to be like 2 nights in a row of probably 2 3 a.m. days. My sleep schedule has gotten so screwed up with this quarantine and stuff, too.
What time should I plan on being at the B&B?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say, I mean, do you want to be there right? Do you care if you get there a little early, or do you want to get there earlier than us, or do you want to get there right when we get there?
Well, it depends on what time you say. I don't know. I don't want to get there too.
Ah, I'm thinking probably like 1 or 2 is when we'll get there.
AM.
Yeah. If it's PM, that'd be an issue.
Well, I didn't know if you were going early to.
Oh no, I got school. Me and Thomas got school, so.
That's what I figured. But
You meant
anyway.
1 p.m. on Saturday, like. We
Oh
should,
no.
we show up. We're supposed to be at Knoebels. We're just, eh. Yeah, I went to bed at 4:30 last night.
I went to bed at like 5.
Yeah, I went to bed like really this morning,
I
and
don't
then
know.
I woke up at
Like
10.
somehow
so-
I got.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my sleep schedule, and it sucks. I have to get up really early tomorrow. I get up at 7 a.m.
It's like almost time for me to go to bed.
Exactly. That's my sentiment exactly. And I'm kind of nervous. I gotta finish the show and get in the bed, even though I don't know if I'll fall asleep.
Benadryl, man.
Ambien. I'm thinking.
Oh, honestly, Benadryl is like the best thing you can do to help you sleep.
My mom takes Ambien. She said that I could have it if I wanted one.
Oh my god, don't even tell me that. That is not a drug you should be sharing.
Just once, so I can get some sleep, because my sleep schedule is so effed up.
Yeah, when you're walking, when you like go out in the middle of the night, get in your car and drive somewhere and don't even realize it, like then what?
Now, have you heard the story of my mom?
I'm not sure.
She,
But I mean, I know what Ambien does.
well, it wasn't.
Like,
It wasn't that. I mean, it was some kind of, but not really. So, me and Thomas were. I think we wanted to go to the YMCA in Richmond to play some basketball. And so she's like, "Okay, I'll drive." This is a couple years ago before we could drive, or before I could drive. So she's like, "All right, I'll drive you guys down there." And she just starts driving so random and weird. Like she almost hit the back of a car. She like slammed on the brakes, like almost hit into the back of this pickup truck. And then we were driving down the city in the Fan, which is very compact streets, and like a lot of cars are parked on the street. And she almost like sideswiped. She did sideswipe somebody and left no damage. And she was like, "Oh crap!" Like, and she left a note and was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, if you want to call insurance," because the person wasn't out there at their car. I'm kind of exposing my mom right now, but she sideswiped somebody. There's no damage again, but she left a note on the car like never got a call back. And I'm like, "Mom, you're driving like a crazy person. Like, what is happening? What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm fine. What are you talking about?" I had my learner's permit at the time, so technically I was like, "Mom, I am gonna drive because you're driving crazy." And we got back home, and she looked at her medicine. She realized that she had accidentally put a pill of Ambien in her pills for the day instead of I don't know what else she was taking.
oh my god.
So she was driving on Ambien, and yeah, it was crazy. Me and Thomas always tell that story. We're like, we could have died that day.
NyQuil messes my sister up. That's funny. It's like she's.
I don't.
She tells the
Nyquil's
story much
doesn't
better
do me
than I
bad.
do. She slept for like 3 days. Literally 3 days. She did not wake up for 3 days after taking NyQuil.
Yeah, NyQuil doesn't really do anything to me other than make me a little tired for the night.
Actually, Pam, I already told you about the whole Tylenol PM thing. Because if you remember, literally a year ago, because of it was actually at Knoebels. Like I went up there and I wasn't planning on staying. You guys talked me into staying, and I didn't have any of my medicine. And I told you I was like, I need something, like I need some kind of antihistamine, and that was what I ended up taking was a bunch of Tylenol PM. Because I have to take antihistamines at night.
Yeah.
But that's literally Tylenol PM is literally Tylenol and Benadryl. That's literally what it is. It is the exact same thing. And like, it's amazing how many people will argue with me. No, that's not it. It is exactly what it is. It even says it on the label. If I gave you one of my antihistamines, James, you would sleep. You would sleep really well. In like within 15 minutes, you'd be out. You wouldn't be able to acknowledge existence.
Send it my way.
What's that?
Said send it my way.
Yeah. It's only what, 3-hour drive?
You can make it.
Wait, why do I have to drive to you? I'll meet you in Warrenton. Or maybe Fredericksburg. No. Yeah, Warrenton, Fredericksburg, somewhere around there.
That's fair. We can make that work. And then we can just
Are you
spend.
ready to record
Then we
yet?
can just spend the night at my grandma's house, because she lives up in Fredericksburg. So.
There we go.
Are you ready to record, Bob?
I've been ready to record.
You got Audacity up?
No.
That's what I thought.
Probably should have done
That's what I thought.
Is your Audacity up?
Damn right it is.
Yeah, and how long before you made that statement did you open Audacity?
It's been up. It's just been in the background. I haven't really looked at it. So, so a long while. It just hasn't been actively used. Testing my mic. Oh, that's really loud. Testing my microphone. That's really loud. Testing my
Testing
mic.
James's microphone. Not really.
Wait a second. I don't know if
No,
that's how
I
that
think
works.
Not.
I don't think you're testing mine.
Here.
Am I testing
I'm
yours?
testing your webcam. I'm testing your webcam right now.
Here, hand me your mic real quick.
Okay. If it wasn't attached to my head, I would totally do that. All right. Actually, it looks like I might not have to adjust my mic.
Hey.
Everything
Everybody.
seems like it might be good.
Hey.
Everybody. Rock your body.
All right, that looks like that's the good volume. What's with you singing tonight? That's a terrible
I
song
don't know.
too.
I didn't ask you.
Doesn't matter. If you sing a song to me, I'm going to share my thoughts. That's just how it works. You should know this by now. It's just standard practice.
Mary had a little lamb.
There we go. That's
little
better.
lamb.
That's much better. I'd rather listen to lullabies all day than the Backstreet Boys.
Lullaby. It's not a lullaby.
Or a children's song, I guess.
Nursery rhyme.
Nursery rhyme. That's
Is
what
it? Well, actually, is that a nursery? No, that really wouldn't be a nursery rhyme, would it?
I think it is, yeah.
I don't know, Pam. What is that?
You're the elementary teacher here. It's a nursery rhyme, yeah. It's considered a nursery rhyme.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
And some-
E-I-E-I-O.
And some people do consider it a lullaby too. But that's a debate for another day.
It's for another podcast.
Yeah. Lullaby talk.
No. Can't talk about it if it's not a lullaby then. And it's not a lullaby. It's a nursery rhyme or children's song or something.
It's listed on this 2.4 million subscriber YouTube channel as Mary Had a Little Lamb
good.
Lullaby.
It's said on YouTube. It's the truth.
It's kind of a matter of opinion.
It is.
So,
I just like harassing you. It's crazy you haven't learned this by now.
I mean, a lullaby is just a song to put a child down to sleep. So you could sing Mary Had a Little Lamb, put someone to sleep. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb,
Little lamb.
little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fur was white as snow. There we go. That was like a Daniel intoxicated verse right there.
Yes.
You guys will understand that a little bit later. That was my best Daniel
my
intoxicated mimic there.
Are you ready yet?
Been ready. Born ready.
That's bullcrap.
Hey, boy, you were the one that always has mic issues setting up Audacity, so I just like open the application up and I'm good typically.
I'm good to go.
Are you good to go? Are you sure?
I'm good to go.
Audacity's gonna be like, we're sorry, you cannot record. Some sort of error is gonna pop up, I feel like.
What? No, I mean, no, it's literally, I just tested it all. I see the mic, like, yep, it's the right mic. We're good to go.
Okay, Bob. I'm entrusting you.
Maybe you shouldn't, but
Do not let me down.
now, as long as, even if we get a few words out when I say go, we're still better. We're still further ahead than we were last week with me and Mike, because that was literally, okay, are you ready? Gone. He just disappeared.
It was pretty funny.
Like literally, we had this whole conversation,
Yeah,
and
a
I was like,
2.5 hour
three,
long
Have you seen
conversation.
And that was it.
Product
that was it. He would just disappeared.
You guys had like a 2.5 hour talk. And
I know, it was like nothing, not even a stutter. The internet, like everything was stable, so stable, and literally did the 3, 2, 1, and that was it. He was gone. All right, ready?
sure.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You don't I can't talk. You don't sound very confident.
I don't know if I am.
All right, well, here we go anyway. 3, 2.
Welcome back, everyone, to another week of Coaster Talk Podcast. And that's right, this is not Airtime Jimmy. This is James. I'm back.
And I'm still Bob Mertz, but thankfully I'm not in control this time.
Yeah, it's back to the natural order of things here at Coaster Talk.
It's not even that I mind being in control. It's just the whole like, oh, I only have a half hour to set everything up.
Well, and if something bad happens, you can blame me, right? That's kind of nice.
Well, there's that too. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because all the bad stuff that happened last week was totally Mike's fault.
Airtime
anyway,
Jimmy,
so.
yeah, and he was filling in for me. So there we go. No, so I'm back, and I would like to say I'm better than ever, but I'm still somewhat recovered. I'm fully recovered, as in obviously the disease COVID is gone. All my symptoms are back to normal, but I'm still a little tired. I'm still a little fatigued here and there. I don't think it has to do with COVID, just that my sleep schedule's gotten so out of whack with the with just my whole quarantine life happening. So there's that. But other than that, I mean, my fever's gone. I had a fever. My sense of taste and smell completely gone back. Oh, completely back. They were gone, and that was weird. For like 3 or 4 days there, I could not taste or smell anything. So odd. And actually, the oddest symptom I had was the contraction of conjunctivitis or pink eye, which is, a lot of people are going to go, whoa, that's not a symptom of COVID. But actually, did a little bit of research, and multiple cases and research have shown that very rarely cases of COVID will actually obtain conjunctivitis. The bacteria will just kind of make its way up into your eye and then inflame your conjunctivita, which is the membrane around the white part of your eye, which is what pink eye is. So yeah, that's what happened. So one of my eyes was like bloodshot red. I woke up like the day I lost my sense of taste and smell. I woke up with a pink eye, and I'm like, oh man, what the heck is happening to me? I'm like, and then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, it is actually a COVID symptom. So that's kind of crazy. That's how it got such a rare. It's like 1 in 3% of cases or something crazy like that. Some researchers predict is what we'll see pink eyes as a response.
We all kind of knew you were unique.
Yeah, just I didn't know I was that unique. But yeah, so it's been kind of a crazy week. But again, all symptoms have kind of I'm on the mend. They're kind of gone, so that's good. And it's been 10 days, so tomorrow I'll go back to school. I've been cleared by the health department and by my school nurse and everything. So yeah.
You know what else happens tomorrow?
What is that?
This is How We Roll releases.
Oh wow!
Which
can't wait to download it.
Yeah. So this has been my frustration of the day. Last night I actually for some reason was thinking that it actually released today. So last night at midnight I went to the Vimeo site and I was like, oh no, releases on the 8th. But here's the interesting thing. One of the biggest things of why I immediately purchased it was I really support places that release things that aren't like DRM controlled, that you can actually purchase something that doesn't mandate that you have to watch it in certain ways or on certain platforms. And I was extremely excited about that. And I mean, if you remember, whenever Taylor actually announced this documentary, people were hammering him over the fact that he was charging money. And I was very supportive of them, and I kind of felt like I was one of very few people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I was very very supportive of that and tried to explain to people like, yeah, no, look, like this stuff costs money, and one of those things that I even said is like, at least they're not even being idiots about it. They're like, if you purchase it, they're actually giving you the ability to like watch it wherever you want. And like I was so excited about that. Well, apparently sometime in the last month, Taylor just decided that no, we're not going to let people download. The problem with this is people already purchased it. Like me, I already did a pre-purchase of it based on that fact alone. And now all of a sudden I'm not able to do that. I'm not able to cancel my pre-order. I'm not able to do anything.
Yeah.
And it's really upsetting. I mean, we can discuss all the things about I actually sent an email and our message to them, and I said, look, what's the deal here? And they said, oh, well, they want to cut back on piracy. But I mean, the reality is that doesn't cut back on piracy at all. If somebody wants to pirate it, it's going to get pirated. I actually want to support them. I actually stood up for them. And I was like, I've not really, I've always kind of been indifferent with Coaster Studios. But like, I really went to bat for them. And I completely feel like this was just like, I mean, it's not fair to sell something under false pretenses and then all of a sudden change your mind and say, oh no, like if you're going to do that, you need to offer a refund to the people that bought it before you changed your mind.
Yeah.
And now I'm stuck. Like, I don't want to sit at my computer and watch this documentary. I want to watch it on a TV. The condition you bought it under
was, I'm going to download this and be able to play it wherever, like you said. So that should be the condition until, I mean, it's ridiculous. I agree. You bought it under that pretense, under that agreement. And
yeah. And like I hate this because I don't want to be an idiot towards them.
I'm trying to. But I don't necessarily disagree with their motive. Like I understand. I don't necessarily think it's the best decision, but in terms of like affectability and its effectiveness, but I don't at the same time think that you can sell under the conclusion of I'm going to be able to download and then just kind of take that away at the last
Right.
minute.
I mean,
I mean,
this goes back to like late 2000s. There was this huge debate. Like iTunes started selling digital music for in the iTunes store, so you could play on your iPod. But those were DRM controlled. You could only play those on Apple approved devices.
yeah,
And there was a huge uproar. And when record companies finally started allowing DRM free MP3s to be sold, their sales quadrupled. More people bought music. There was actually less piracy that occurred because people weren't forced to,
try to pirate.
like if you wanted music, like you had to find somebody that already cracked the encryption
Yeah.
so that you could play it on, your SanDisk Sansa or your Zune for people that remember that. There's a few of you out there that might recognize that name. But like that was the whole thing. Like you could actually listen to the music on whatever platform you wanted, and all of a sudden Amazon MP3 started kicking iTunes butt because, well, iTunes was restricted, Amazon wasn't. And we could get over that. The whole thing for me is I actually purchased this as a download, and now I can't download it when it releases. I mean, I was literally like, my plan was waiting. I mean, obviously we're going to be recording till after midnight anyway, but my plan really was to watch this tonight. Like I was excited to watch this, and I'm not sitting at my computer to watch this. And now I don't even know when I'll get to watch this.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating when you especially when you go to bat for somebody. I'm a little frustrated.
Yeah. I mean,
But
the
yeah,
sale,
that's been my day.
the transaction was under, again, that condition, so it's understandable frustration.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah. I mean,
it would have been different if out of the gate they would have said like, "Oh, this is streaming only."
yeah,
Then I could have
exactly.
just made my decision then, and I probably wouldn't have purchased it.
It's the 11th hour decision that really is the issue here. Again, I don't necessarily disagree with the motive of we want to try to prevent piracy. Again, I don't necessarily think it's the most efficient way of doing it, but nonetheless, I understand like that point of view, kind of, at least a little bit. But yeah, to do it so last minute is really the issue, really.
Well, I mean, just changing your mind after you've already sold it. That's what the problem is.
Yeah,
You can change your mind whenever, but people that already purchased it, you should give them the ability
well,
to.
yeah, and they didn't
and
even.
that
Like,
would have
that's
been
something
too.
to
Like,
announce on social media, right? Like, hey guys,
yeah.
we decided to opt out of the download feature. We don't, feel it's the best.
Or
for
even
us.
like when I sent a message saying, "Hey, look, this is you're limiting me. Like I can't actually watch this now because you did this." Like there wasn't even an offer of like, you know what, we'll refund your money. It was like, no, thank you for buying something that you can't use.
Mm-hmm.
It's just frustrating. And I mean, his response was kind of frustrating too when he tried to explain to me how the internet works and like, oh, well, if you can watch YouTube, you can do this. Like, really? Really? Can I? Can I
If
really?
you have Wi-Fi, you're good to go.
Yeah, and then he said, as long as you have Wi-Fi, well, like, oh, crap, my computer plugs into the wall. I don't have Wi-Fi. Like, Wi-Fi is not the internet. That's not how the internet works. Like that really frustrated me even more was when he like all of a sudden started talking down to me like, oh no, you can do this. Like, no, I'm literally emailing you because there is a technical limitation. Oh, I don't want to sit at my computer. I hate watching videos at my computer, like long videos. I'll watch a little short YouTubes and stuff like that, but it's just not comfortable for me.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that watches the live stream can clearly see that I'm always moving around when we're recording as well. Like I don't just sit still. I can't do that. Anyway, we've got other news to talk about.
We do.
That's my, well, I shouldn't say that's my rant for the show, but
Yeah, I don't know because we got some others coming, but to maintain and to continue our kind of discussion with COVID a little bit, I talked about my my personal interaction with the disease. But we're talking about now Six Flags Magic Mountain and Universal Studios Hollywood requiring you to show proof of vaccine or also a negative COVID test. Excuse me, positive COVID. Show them a positive COVID test. I don't think you're getting in. So you got to show them a negative COVID test. Beginning, I think this already has been in place. Yeah, beginning today. Beginning the recording of the show. That is the policy, and it's weird, right? As you're gonna explain.
It is weird, and there's actually we could have pulled out.
I didn't hear
of
anything
that.
you just said. Like for the past minute, I didn't know how long it would be. I didn't know if you were done for.
Where'd you stop at?
I stopped at it's weird, like that area. You were like, yeah, it's weird. I stopped. The exact time marker is 12:13. Exactly.
12:13. Holy crap!
How are we already out of sync?
Well, no, actually, that is. Oh no, we're actually right there. All right. I'll cut all that and say it again then.
I'm sorry, Bob.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
All right.
All right.
I'll do the countdown and then I'll just start talking.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2. So yeah, this is a weird one, and people are getting this wrong because they're reading the headline, and that's this seems like a foreign concept to people today.
There is substance in this actual.
Yeah, like under the headline, there's this thing called an article, and that article explains everything that's going on.
Images and further explains.
It's so interesting how much information you can get out of these things called articles.
It really is. It's fascinating. It's marvelous.
Yeah, so it is. It's amazing technology. I think they invented this like it was called the printing press, or was it before that? I'm not exactly sure. Somewhere around there. Yeah, something like that. So this is kind of a weird thing. It was not intentional. That's the thing that I think is important to understand about this. So what happened is LA County actually had set their COVID regulations. And so there was a thing that, when it came to concerts, they, if you go to a huge concert, you're kind of crammed in there, or you go to, a major sporting event, you're sitting pretty close to people, even though it is outside. And those are situations where you might want to control COVID a little bit more. But like if you have a concert that's like, say a church puts on a concert or something like that, that's a completely different scenario.
Yeah. So you can't just blanket.
So the thing is they actually designed these regulations so that they kind of cut out those little ones, but still kind of put the regulations in place. And that was for outdoor events. And it was fine. It was, if I believe it was any outdoor event that was over 10,000 people, they had to follow these regulations, these guidelines. Well, what happened was, in an unrelated matter, California reclassified amusement parks as outdoor events.
Yes.
So now all of a sudden in LA County, amusement parks are considered under these regulations. So it's unique because parks right now during the weekdays aren't getting more than 10,000, but on the weekends they are. So yep. I believe at least in Magic Mountain's case, they
and Hollywood Studios, Universal Studios Hollywood.
Are they I wasn't sure. Is Universal doing it all the time or just on weekends?
I believe it's just on select dates as well.
Okay. So yeah, so the situation that arises is, well, there's the 10,000 limit. So like on weekdays, they're going to hit over 10,000. They're following these regulations. But on weekdays, they're not making them follow those regulations, which they could do because their limits, their capacity limits are over 10,000. So they could very easily just say, okay, you know what, guys, you got to do this all the time. But they're not, because they're saying, look, there's going to be days that you're not even going to get close to that. Like, we're going to let you, you know, you don't have to worry about that. And of course, people are losing their minds like, oh, this is such a crazy I mean, it is, it's a little bit awkward, but like, it's not like they sat there and said, oh, how can we make this as complicated as possible?
They're
It's
being a
just
bit
kind of an
flexible, yeah,
unfortunate
and
thing.
allowing for those days when, I mean, there's 10 people in the park total.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, because I know when I went to Magic Mountain, I don't think that crowds were 10,000 plus at all. So I can't imagine having to wear a mask then. I mean, there was little interaction with people other than maybe I mean, in lines for the coasters, there were, there was sometimes some lines, but other than that, it was far and few between. We saw people, we'd walk around. I mean, especially in the morning time at Magic Mountain, it would be just me and Timmy. We'd be walking around the back of the park, and there was no one else back there.
Yeah, I mean, this actually makes sense. And here's the other thing. They may work on this and, change this now that it's happened. They might like go over the wording and stuff and kind of change what's happening, but like this wasn't, it's not like they set out to do this convoluted system.
Yeah.
But it's also not that ridiculous either. I mean, if the park's more crowded, then I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why people are losing their heads as much as they are.
I mean, I'm not a particular fan of having to wear it outside, but that's not the end of the world. I mean, we had to do
Yeah,
that for a whole year last year. I don't know why.
right. Right, exactly.
That's not like groundbreaking. What? Oh my God, we have to wear
Yeah,
masks
yeah.
outside? We've never had. I mean, yeah, it's a bit shocking, and it's a bit, like you said, best word to describe it. It's gonna be awkward a bit, but it's not really. Again, we're able to go to the parks, so I don't see it as being too constrictive, really. Or
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's that drastic, and I think they will fine tune this.
yeah, I hope so.
So you want to talk about something that is pretty ridiculous and stupid guidelines going on. Todd Joseph again. We should just make this a weekly segment and just do the latest in Conneaut Lake. So here's the interesting thing that happened now in Conneaut Lake. Actually, there's a couple different interesting things. Apparently, there's some locals that have received letters from Conneaut Lake saying that they are banned from going to the park.
Yeah,
And apparently the reasoning is it's because they're upset with the park and they're actually speaking out against the park.
Yeah.
So they're banned now.
there's no
Todd Joseph and
actual
Kelvin Horn.
confirmation of that, but yeah, I think it was Carol Anderson says she was mailed a letter from the Keldon Holdings LLC, and
Yeah.
and it says she's banned from the park. Which, I mean, of course, there's no other reason for her to be banned. I mean, why would they ban her other than because she's speaking out? Like, I can't see, like, oh, she was banned because, she did some outrageous act. Like, probably why. I mean, I don't think we need necessarily confirmation. It just makes sense. That's kind of the.
And I mean, it is Todd Joseph. Like, this is the absolute kind of thing that he does. I
Exactly.
mean,
That's exactly what I.
it's
Yeah.
just, like,
That's most definitely an action that I could see him performing.
yeah, so it's actually, oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this is just getting things are just getting crazy up there. But the thing that I like is there's actually a ton of people that are actually like vocalizing this and actually saying like, oh my God, like we need to fix this. We need to actually save this park. But here's something that's a little bit disappointing. So Todd Joseph basically wants to take the Camperland property, which is part of the actual park property, and basically divide that off so that he can create a housing development there. So now here's the thing. Camperland was actually a big part of Conneaut Lake Park.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, right before it was sold, the board of trustees were actually looking to expand land. Now, it doesn't affect the park directly, but still. But here's what concerns me. The township actually approved this measure, and all this really does is basically segments the land off. But there's some wording that makes me a little bit frustrated. Okay, stop.
All right, I'm gonna go get my Ethernet cable. I don't know if that's the issue, but it's not like
okay.
it's not a bad breaker, but it's like every once in a while you start to flicker out.
Yeah, I've noticed it.
I hope that's the issue and that resolves it, but we'll see. Of course, the one last week you were like, last week I was like, I never have to use it that much, and then
Of course. So I think we have 2 or 3 people in the chat right now. Not, YouTube's weird. It doesn't really track that very well.
we should be good.
It should be.
Yes.
Don't you have to tell it to switch over or disconnect?
I hope so. Is the stream still running well? Someone answer us.
Yeah, seems like it is. I just played. I started playing live, and it looks like it's good. Oh, yep. And Roadside Trail told us it's fine. So okay, we're good.
Okie dokie.
All right, you ready?
Back to
countdown,
Bob's,
and I'll just continue.
Bob's Blunder.
Yeah. I'm at 2110. I don't know if you need to know that.
2110. No, I don't actually, because you're the one
Okay.
You're the only one talking right now. So.
All right.
All right.
3, 2. So the wording is used. So Summit Township is who's granting this, and this doesn't actually set anything in motion. It just makes it possible for these motions to happen. But this is the paragraph that kind of bugs me. In addition, Summit communicated to residents that they have had issues with transparency with past owners of Conneaut Lake Park, but Todd Joseph has been forthcoming with supervisors and has applied for all proper permits. So that wording kind of concerns me, that Summit Township actually is kind of satisfied with Todd Joseph, which is kind of interesting that there's actually saying, oh, he's being very transparent, when the rest of the entire world is saying he's not transparent at all.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious if it's just from like a legal standpoint, he's just fulfilling every necessary action. It's not necessarily like, yay, Todd, but it's like, yeah, he's doing everything right officially, so we can't really do anything.
Yeah, and maybe maybe that is the case, but it just that wording just troubles me, and I pretty much in my mind, this is all gone. Blue Streak's gone. Conneaut Lake Park is gone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's going to be local government
Consumed
that
by
saves
Todd
us.
Joseph.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, it's just this whole thing's frustrating, and now it's a little bit like it's kind of sounded like some local government was like we really don't like what's going on, but this is the first indication of maybe the township actually is satisfied and they don't really care. I don't know what to make of that, but it's this is just kind of an ongoing thing. But the subdivision has been approved. It can be appealed for 30 days, I believe, through the court system. So maybe somebody will appeal that. But all this does is it actually just divides that property. So they're instead of it all being Conneaut Lake Park property, it's now going to be Conneaut Lake Park property, and then it'll be segmented. Like the
Yeah.
Camperland property will be a separate parcel of land
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of makes me interested to know what happens with the public use. Like I know that in the transfer, whenever Keldon Holdings took over, it was actually said that public use is required. Like they have to maintain that.
Yeah.
So that's not even back to that, the whole thing that the Historic Society has, been arguing. That is something that actually happened in the transfer. So I don't know how that works. Like, does that? I mean, I guess Camperland itself wasn't really public use per se, but it makes me wonder what part of the property is supposed to be public.
Yeah, but that was a
use and
stipulation,
how that
right?
affects
That
it.
that you had to allow
Yeah.
the park to be used publicly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he agreed to that. So I don't know. It's I don't know how you would. I don't know. Maybe can't. I don't know if Camperland really would be considered public. But I mean, the fact that he wants to build a town, like basically like townhomes and cottages and stuff.
Yeah,
is,
residential
like
development.
that's definitely not public land.
No.
So I don't know. That's going to be interesting. Um,
Yeah.
it's
We'll
just
see.
a mess, and it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, we'll see what Keldon Holdings holds, pun intended, for us.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
in the
next week
future.
we'll have something else
Yeah.
dumb that they did.
Yeah, it seems like a weekly occurrence.
It is kind of crazy. Like all of a sudden, it's like things are happening so rapid. Like, I mean, we've just been frustrated with Connie with what's been going on, but like, there's actually things happening. It seems like every week there's actually something else that happened there.
Yeah, it's a speedy process. It seems.
It's a speedy destruction that's going on. I
Speedy,
guess.
speedy destruction. Yeah. Oh yeah. Um, and sadly, speaking of speedy destruction, January of 2022 will see at the very least the closure of probably the destruction of Shrek 4D. You probably see that building come down. It's kind of an outdated building, I would imagine, unless they just strip it out internally and reuse it. But either way, it'll be pretty much destroyed, obliterated. It will no longer be what we come to know. And honestly, as someone who really likes the ride, I've only ridden it once, and it was my last trip to Universal that I just took in fall of this year. So before that, I hadn't ridden it, and I didn't really know if I would like it or not. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very interesting. I mean, it's practically one of your old like simulator rides, similar to we had like the SpongeBob ride at King's Dominion when you had Paramount owning the parks. So it wasn't really like, it's not like really cool immersive theming or it's nothing like that. You're not gonna find like Rise of the Resistance or something like Escape from Gringotts level of theming and immersion and just really cool technology usage. There's nothing like that, but I thought the story was very cool, and it's something that like adds on to the original movie, which is cool. And I like Shrek a lot. I think Shrek's cool. I like Michael Myers. I love Eddie Murphy. I love all the cast, and so it's sad to see. It's really sad to see because again, this is a ride that a newfound love had been created with me. I was gonna plan on riding it when I went back, and it was a ride that I actually quite enjoyed more than I thought I would. And no longer will get that opportunity. That was my last ride because I will not be returning before January 2022. I can tell you that. So, yeah, and that's officially from Universal. There's actually a post.
Well, it was leaked from official Universal. I guess you could say.
That's what I was about to say. There was a post on Twitter that was actually a snippet of a like memo sent out to the operations team at Universal. That as well as Revenge of the Mummy will be closing. Revenge of the Mummy more for a maintenance closure, but still that'll be closing in January of 2020 as well. So yeah, that's also an update, I guess. Revenge of the Mummy will not be opening until 2020, summer of 2020. So hopefully,
Well,
anybody planning on going in the early spring/winter times might want to rethink it, because Revenge of the Mummy's a great ride to get on.
so another park that you're not going to be able to get to, it seems, is Marineland.
Yeah, yeah.
This is kind of a Marineland of Canada, we should say. It's been a controversial attraction in Niagara Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is kind of a sad story in different ways. And it's kind of, I'm not going to go full in depth to everything that's going on, but basically there's actually a lot of reports that the animals are not in good condition. They have one remaining killer whale named Kiska, who is apparently not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the her enclosure by herself. I think it's her, right?
Yes, it is a her.
Okay, just want to make sure.
You don't want to misgender the whale. I understand.
Right, exactly. So apparently she's been in complete isolation since 2011, according to Phil Deemers, which that's bad, because they're very social animals. And like this is going more, I mean, sure, you can bring up the whole Blackfish thing and like, but this is a completely different thing that's going on here. This is like basically keeping somebody in solitary confinement for their life.
Mm-hmm.
She outlived her all of her tank mates and her 5 calves.
Offspring, yeah.
I mean, just think about that, being there by herself since 2011.
We're talking 10 years at this point. I mean,
yeah, like she really like.
I keep thinking
even if
2011. That's not too far, but I don't know. It's 10 years now. That's crazy, but
Yeah. I mean, even like just getting her somewhere else, to another, another park, like
Another facility,
SeaWorld
yeah.
or something, like, or there's a sanctuary that she could go to, like that. That's really something that should be happening, and I mean, this park should be ostracized for this, but it does seem like, according to rumors, that this park will not open in 2022. It's basically done for.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd have to say, I think that's probably a good thing. So actually, it says that October 10th will be, so this weekend will be its last.
October 11th okay. As of October 11th, it will never open again, is what?
Right. So
Phil
October
Deemers,
10th
yeah,
is the last, but then
operating
11th, yeah. So yeah, so hopefully they get these animals taken care of. I think that's the issue here. It's not really even the park at this point for me. It's let's take care of these animals. Let's get them the care they need and get them to where they need to be. I mean, obviously you
And this
can't
treatment of wildlife should not be
yeah,
tolerated.
and I mean, you can't just release them into the wild. I know there's some people that say, "Oh, that's what they should do," but you can't do that because they won't be able to function in the wild, most likely.
They will not survive in the wild, yeah.
Right. But this is yeah. So if you look in our show notes, there's an article that explains a lot of what's going on, and it's definitely worth a read. I recommend it, but let's hope that these animals get taken care of.
Yeah, I'm glad that we aren't going to tolerate animal cruelty, and that I don't know if we've actually played a part in it necessarily, but people in general have tried to advocate for this. It seems like Marineland's been kind of under these accusations for a little bit, and finally these wildlife conservationists and ecologists have come together and somewhat helped shut down this place, which is good, because that's unacceptable. I mean, I know SeaWorld has these rumors circulate and everyone points to Blackfish, but SeaWorld, from my observations and from I know a lot of activists and my cousin's actually a marine biologist who has no problem with SeaWorld's practices and knows, what they do, and they do a good job. But Marineland, it seems like pretty much everyone is kind of turned off by their practices, and just flat out says that they just malpractice.
So what you're saying is SeaWorld treats their animals better than their platinum pass holders, right?
Pretty much.
Isn't really saying. SeaWorld has bad business practices, I might say, but yeah, I agree with that. I think SeaWorld does have very good animal practices, and that, like, I'm not saying that Blackfish was all a farce, but I think that was.
I think it was some of it was kind of stretched
view.
and taken out of context.
Right. Not saying that there weren't issues that need to be taken care of,
yeah,
and I think they've
with
taken
that.
care of those. But yeah. SeaWorld, I think, and then SeaWorld does a lot of good in the environment itself. Like, they have a lot of rescue and like stuff like they just do very good things for the environment and for marine life, wildlife in general.
Yeah. Because they don't stick to just marine life. Busch Gardens, Tampa, and Williamsburg, they have terrestrial creatures. So, like, at Tampa you have your elephants and your cheetahs. And
they repaint their cheetahs too.
Yeah, they do. To a lime green color, right? Like the good old Six Flags lime green. No. Cheetah hunts.
So this
at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay, will be receiving a repaint.
And this is actually breaking news, we could say,
Yeah.
because this was just announced before we started recording. Which is actually funny because right before that, like right around that same time, we were actually also discussing Bainham Painting and how they're just freaking going nuts this year. They're everywhere. They're at Hershey. They're at Kennywood. They're going to be at Busch Gardens, Tampa. I forget where else. We were like naming a bunch. Like, it seems like Bainham Painting is everywhere this year.
Yeah.
Painting roller coasters, which is great to see. That's one of those things that's nice. It's nice when you see parks start doing a lot of TLC. And I think the question right now is Tatsu going to be one of these coasters that's getting repainted?
Yeah, so speaking of that lime green, we've seen at a lot of different parks at the Six Flags chain. I think we even joked about it back when we talked about Riddler's Mine Bender over Georgia, that we've been seeing that lime green pop up more and more, and maybe they were just maybe there's just a sale or something. But yeah, it looks like we're seeing that again on Tatsu. But that's up for debate, right, Bob? Bob, you don't think so?
I don't. I really don't understand what's going on with these Tatsu pictures, but I don't know. Maybe there's a corner of the internet where I'm missing the joke, but to me, the pictures that I see are absolutely photoshopped. I just can't see that. They just don't look normal at all. There's like a weird texture in the paint that just shouldn't be there. It's, I
agree with you at first. There's a bit of an odd surface to the paint. Like, the surface just looks odd on this paint. On the support here of the piece of paint with the support. But then we saw another shot from another content creator that was not linked to this Amusement Insider post. It was a different photo. It looked like a different time of day. And I don't know. I'm starting to think it might actually be real, and that this is, I don't know, just an odd painting job, or the reflection is just perfect from the light. I don't know.
I think you're falling into the trap.
Maybe I am, Bob. Maybe I am. But maybe you're falling into your own kind of trap here.
I mean,
a mental trap.
It is, so.
You're seeing this as Photoshop. I don't know.
Somebody's being trolled. It's either me or James. Not sure which.
Either internal or external troll too.
It's okay. I'm kind of used to the trolls.
Yeah. Oh man.
I've actually, like, I've never been one to bait the trolls, but like anymore, it's just becoming entertainment at how dumb some of the trolls are being, especially on Reddit. It's just kind of fun sometimes to just harass them.
Yeah.
Like the people right now saying that Top Thrill Dragster is getting a new launch. Like, where did that come from? What are you talking about? And what are you going to use? A booster wheel lift hill? Lift hill.
Lift hill.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
That might work.
A booster wheel launch? Oh my God. The lift hill would be like
Yeah.
20 times the length of the ride.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Yeah, the trolls can be fun. They can be fun to engage with sometimes. Other
I
times,
mean, yeah,
I like engaging with them when they're on my own terms though.
yeah.
When I'm not
I
in the
like,
mood with these guys, it's like you better get the hell out of my way, man. I'm not feeling it today. But
it's
but
just
when you see them out of the corner of your eye, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna start effing with you a little bit. That's how I
I
like it.
usually I don't. I don't get it. I mean, sometimes they're not really trolls. They're just dumb people. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean
Yes.
that in the best way, but like
Well, I don't know.
gullible
The two
people.
can go
That's
hand
what
in
I should
hand,
say.
but
Yeah, but like it's well, I think that's what happens is sometimes somebody will say something that just makes no sense at all, but then rather than step back and realize that, they just like dig in their heels.
yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I said something stupid, so now I have to prove that
Now I have
thing
to
which I
die on
know is
this
stupid
hill.
right. Like, yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's where I'm just like, okay, especially if it's something that I know about and like, you know, I don't know. So like Reddit is supposed to be for conversations and it's less and less becoming about conversations. It's all about like, oh, my opinion is fact and yours is wrong. Like no, opinions are opinions.
Yeah.
Um but like there's just some, sometimes there's just those things that are just like, no, if you really think about it and you can't explain it to them. Like you try to explain like look, Top
Like,
Throw
hey,
Dragster
Bitcoin is a
goes
fine product, and it doesn't
and it
cause
does not get mined on computers.
does not
I know
cause
this
massive
because
chip
I
shortages and
have
part
mined
shortages.
Bitcoin. Like, oh my God. But like, like the whole Top Throw Dragster thing getting a new lift, like what are you going to put on it? The only thing that goes that fast is the hydraulic launch.
Yeah, unless you're gonna like extend some track there and move the hill back a little
Right.
bit.
So then we get into the other one that Gemini is being removed because of course that's been being removed for the last 10 years because
Yeah,
Cedar Point has no room and yet they keep putting coasters places that this room doesn't exist.
yeah,
I, logic is getting lost in this world, I think.
it's absent. Yeah, it's absent from the world, sadly. Sometimes, and then sometimes we have some pretty enlightening discussions, but it's very rare. I feel it's becoming rarer and rarer.
Yeah,
But
because people don't read
let's put
articles.
a clip in that because that could be a rant that lasts a millennia here.
It could.
It could really. We could be in the next
Well,
millennia.
we have like what last week's live stream was like 7 hours, so we've got a while to go.
Yeah, we gotta top that. We gotta top Mike, or airtime Jimmy. I think that's
There we go. Top Throw Dragster can be turned into a space spiral.
Yep, there we are.
Roadside Trail Detail just told us that in the live chat.
Hmm.
We're gonna bring back the old space spiral, which was actually also an Intamin ride.
Yeah,
Did
but
you happen to see the Valley Scare tweet today?
today, no, didn't catch it today.
So their Berserker ride
Mm-hmm.
closed like 2 years ago. So
Sure.
they brought it back as a photo opportunity. Like, really? Like, is Cedar Fair's just not content with just killing Intamins now? They have to like parade around with their heads on sticks.
Yeah.
Like, look at the Intamin we slayed.
Yeah, Cedar Fair and Intamin are very odd. Have a very odd relationship. But again, that rant, the stupidity of the world, they could last a long time. So let's end it here. When we get back, we have we have two interesting clips of audio, call-ins, Kosher Talk call-ins from two of our listeners here, and we're gonna play those. We're gonna answer the weekly poll for this week and talk about that all in the second half of the show. Just realized we never thought of a weekly poll for next week.
Oh yeah.
Where rides go to die.
What?
Valley Scare, where rides go to die.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's pretty funny. You should just say Cedar Fair, where Intamin rides go to die. That'd be better, probably.
It wouldn't be so dumb if it wasn't Intamin that literally built Cedar Point.
Yeah.
I mean, save the arrows. I mean, that's obviously a big part of it, but like Intamin took them to the thrill capital.
Ooh, Mike has been watching Squid Games. I see. If he's still in the chat, he just posted about it on Instagram. It's a show that I was telling you about, Korean Hunger Games. That's what I like to call it.
Did you watch Chocolate Meltdown?
Yeah, I heard you talk about it on the show. It says pretty
I
good.
watched the next episode. It's actually, holy crap. The winner of the second episode was like pretty legit.
Would you say
Like they built this amazing creation and like everybody else like did like I mean, the other two obviously did far better than I could even dream of doing, but like the the winner was like so far above. It was crazy.
would you say that it is too legit to quit?
Too legit. Too legit to quit.
Oh man, that's a terrible, awful take.
Huh?
Somebody just posted on Instagram. I'm not even going to disclose the name because this is one of the worst takes I've ever heard. That Monster Stomp at SeaWorld Orlando is better than Harmonious at Disney. Now, Monster Stomp at Busch Gardens Williamsburg is a good show, but at least the one I saw back in like 2018 or 2017, I could understand that, but the SeaWorld Orlando version, me and Timmy went and saw, and it was pretty bad. We were like laughing the whole show. I mean, it was not very good.
We're just hating on Harmonious like crazy.
Harmonious
There's
is not
no
a good
reason-
show, but Monster Stomp's like an awful show. Like
But
Harmonious,
Harmonious isn't anything outside of what I'd expect out of Epcot. That's the thing. It's on brand for Epcot. And it's not a terrible show either. It's actually
I'm comparing it to Illuminites or whatever. So
yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like, I don't even think I don't think that it is. Like, I don't think it's much different than Illuminations. I mean, it's different, but like if you go on levels of quality, like I don't like Illuminations was always like not the most impressive show. It was more about a feeling or a story than anything.
I was not. I don't know. I was not impressed with Harmonious really at all. It just felt like another. It did not feel like something. It didn't feel like something that Disney was responsible for. It felt like something I could see at a regional park pretty easily. Like I don't know. I just didn't feel.
But see, that's the thing. What we should talk about this on the air. Like Disney, the feeling behind Harmonious is very Disney. A regional park could not have come up with that.
Like the concept.
It's really
the
hard to
story?
explain what I mean. Like it's not really a story. It's like a feeling or like a. I don't know what to. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like the feel of the show, the spirit of the show, maybe. Like there's something that's part of that show that just would not be there in any other regional park, and that it's not about the effects, even though I think the effects are pretty good.
I don't know if I agree with that.
They're not. I didn't say they were great. I said they're pretty good.
No. I'm not saying the effects. I'm saying I don't think that there's like necessarily an aura or a ambience or anything like that's discreetly Disney, like in that show.
Not Disney. It's discreetly Epcot. It's a different thing.
Okay.
It's a very different thing.
Okay. It's Disney property. I don't know. I mean, even like the fireworks show at Disneyland was better, I thought, than this. So I mean,
Right, but Epcot isn't Disney. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I worked at Epcot. Like, it. Like I know there's a feel of Epcot that is not Disney. It's different. It's uniquely Epcot, and that show fit it. Illuminations was the same exact way. It had that like it reminded me of the parade that I was in, Tapestry of the Nations. Like it just had that like that I don't know, just had that Epcot feel to it. It's not Disney. It's not what you'd expect. If you put that show at Magic Kingdom, it would suck and it wouldn't belong there. But it's at Epcot and it fits. It fits very well.
I don't know. Okay, Bob. I'm not gonna argue Disney with you. I don't care about Disney that much. I just was not impressed with the show.
I'm not arguing that it's a better show per se. I'm arguing that it's a very Epcot show. That's my argument. Fantasmic is far better than what I saw in the video of Harmonious. Like, I mean, that's how I feel about that. Like, it's just leaps and bounds better than that. But it's not about that. It's about something different. It's about
Epcot.
it is. It's about Epcot. Damn it.
What don't you understand? So the most touching show I've seen was the Orca show at SeaWorld Orlando, I still think. They do a very good job at creating like that gut-wrenching feeling at the end. Like you feel like passionate about conservation. It's like, yes, I want to save the orcas. It's hard to explain. It's like you walk away and you're like, oh my God, I love the orcas. What can I do to go out there and help these orcas? And
Yeah,
I don't know if you know, SeaWorld Orlando's is pretty good, but SeaWorld San Diego's actual setup for it is really cool. Let me see if I can find a picture. Like it's a really cool stage. Of course, they're not gonna have a picture. Come on, guys, help me out here.
I always liked the Sea Lion show better than the Shamu show.
Well, yeah, this isn't the Shamu show anymore.
I know, but
look at the setup they have. This is like the state, like all of this landscaping. It looks like it's animated, but it's actually part of the show here, like a part of the stage. I mean, and then the actual like blue screen with the whale on it is the actual screen. I think it's really interesting how it's a really cool setup.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
They don't have that at SeaWorld Orlando. SeaWorld Orlando is a little bit more generic. Like, I was really impressed with San Diego's setup.
So I think that's the difference. So the thing was, like back when they had SeaWorld Ohio, all of their orcas were named Shamu.
Yeah.
Like they didn't now like they actually do their actual names, but like everything was Shamu.
Yeah,
like Shamu it was like Santa Claus.
It was their
like
brand.
Every mall had Santa Claus.
Shamu was their brand, kind of.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I actually distinctly remember that. I remember actually having a conversation with my parents about that, about how they were trying to explain it to me, but I actually picked up on things that they were not expecting me to pick up on. But like I remember being like, well, where does Shamu go in the winter? And they were explaining like, oh, they go to the other SeaWorld in Florida. And I was like, so they have the Shamu show down there. Well, then like they kind of slipped up and they're like, no, they have the Shamu show all the time. Well, like, how do they have the Shamu show in Florida in the summer when Shamu's in Ohio?
And that was your Santa Claus isn't real talk, wasn't it?
it was something like that.
Or wait, hold up. Hopefully you don't have any kids watching this.
Oh, Shamu isn't real.
Yeah. Sorry to say it, guys. You heard it here first. If your parents
Actually, you got rid of the family filter or the family friendly thing anyway.
Yeah, I mean we're not a kid friendly channel, but technically.
Right, so
But that doesn't mean kids won't still watch.
But that's not our responsibility now.
It's not, but still, I don't want to feel morally responsible for telling a child that Santa's not real.
More. And you just said it again. What?
Yeah. Well, it's too late now. I already said it. But the Easter Bunny is, guys. All right.
So is a tooth fairy.
Yeah. Especially at Universal Halloween Horror Nights, they'll get the revenge on you. All right, I'm gonna go take a Wiz Khalifa, and then we can resume.
Yeah. So Epcot is like an experimental thing, but like the feel of it is like it's more like community and like linking together over experiences and stories and things like that. And I think that's what Harmonious kind of like has that feel to it that is very Epcot. I mean, as far as effects, I kind of like Spark at Busch Gardens Williamsburg better than I liked what I saw in Harmonious. I mean, Harmonious was obviously a bigger production and was more surrounding you, but yeah. Yeah, the whole experimental thing, like that was actually Walt's vision. It was supposed to be a city. But they couldn't make it happen the way he intended, but they tried to, make his vision, but it was even his vision was more of like people working together, and like there was an overlying aspect of that I think that's what Epcot kind of focuses on.
Fred Grubb retiring.
What?
I'm really confused. I thought like everyone knew about Fred Grubb retiring. I knew like a month whenever he announced it, like at the premiere of the first premiere, I heard about it.
Where'd that come from?
I was looking. I was looking at Twitter as I walked back up, and I saw somebody respond to Sarah's thing where she's like, "No one's talking about it." I'm like, what?
See, I saw that tweet so long ago. That's why
I saw you responded 2 days ago. I saw that tweet 2 days ago too, but it just popped back up for me for some reason. It's because you responded. For some reason, it just now showed me your response. Even though I saw the tweet 2 days ago too. I don't understand. Twitter's weird.
That's why I use an app that does the strict timeline view. It's the way Twitter was meant to be.
I really don't mind.
Ironically, though, it's kind of like what Twitter's app does is very like it's similar to what the Francis Hogue was actually saying about Facebook. Like it's that algorithm that like kind of pushes tweets to you. Oh, look, Coaster Studios is having a countdown till midnight. And countdown till I can't see the show.
Where is it? Is it on YouTube?
I don't know. I just saw it on Twitter. No, actually, ironically, there's not even. It says come hang out with us, but there's no link. There's nothing. What? Whatever. I don't know. I guess if you're in the know, you're in the know. I don't know.
That's it.
This makes me mad. I actually want to be excited about this.
It says a YouTube live stream starting at 10:30.
Really? Well, how come it's not on mine?
I don't know,
Oh,
man.
you're looking at. Well, I don't know.
I'm looking at the right one.
I guess I'm looking at the wrong one.
Oh, they are.
I
They're,
guess
they're...
Sarah. I guess Sarah retweeted the wrong one. Is
That's
what's
probably
going
where
on.
Airtime Mike is right now. He's.
Premiere where we were up there.
Watch me get copyrighted for this somehow playing his live stream.
And there's a person.
Are you trying to pirate his live stream?
He says, "Yeah, and I'm officially retired. He's gonna stay on as a consultant to help with the transition, but he's just about done building roller coasters. And you can go ahead and
Oh, they're talking about Fred Grubb.
in that video on our channel.
Yep.
The three of us were up there on stage with him, and we had no idea.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
We were up there, we've been making a movie about them, and he didn't tell us. It was relatively hush-hush. I mean, we got the impression that when he mentioned that up on stage, that was like his way of telling like everyone.
Yeah.
So that was a surprise. As for Alan has kind of been like gradually kind of working towards that route. I would say.
Yeah.
If you look at a lot of the other the rides that are like going to be coming out, they're like Joe Draves' design mainly. He is
Bob.
kind of the next Alan Shoki. He's done a lot of work for like SNS.
Bob, did you hear that?
Wait.
Ellen like totally.
Joe Draves?
is working with RMC.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's a
I know.
yeah.
Oh, man, Joe Draves, man.
If you look at the new Fun Spot Atlanta RMC,
He said he's the next Alan Shilkey.
I've been saying that for a while.
There's a fun fact, and yeah, we don't
I know.
really dive into
Nobody ever doubted you, Bob. We all agreed. We liked.
Everybody doubted me.
I never doubted you.
No.
but, we
I rode what's it called with you up at Nickelodeon Universe and was like, wow, that's actually really good for a family coaster.
Yeah. Like, holy crap, that was stupid fun
Slime
for what
streak.
it was. You look at that thing and you're like, man, this is gonna suck. It did not suck.
No, they're listing it off.
Good portion of stuff for SNS. I know.
No. That was,
I know he was involved in Lightning Run at Kentucky Kingdom.
Yeah,
I think
Guazi.
that was him.
They don't even know what rides
he
Joe
did
Draves.
I know he's done a lot of like specific elements. Like I know he did
Unacceptable.
The drop on Storm Chaser. He did some stuff for Zadra.
Merlin's Mayhem, man.
I mean, not RMC, but on Max Force.
Oh yeah. Steel Curtain and Max Force are both Joe Draves.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. So he's.
Oh my
he's
god.
very-
Really?
I actually met Joe, not knowing that was Joe. Like I was just like talking with him, and I'm like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Joe," and I'm like, "Draves?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh." That's so funny. I'm like, "I know you." I had no idea. It was really funny.
That's hilarious, Taylor.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen now? Like Joe Dravis is gonna get popular and Taylor's gonna be like, "Oh, I was the one that was
I
calling
found
it."
him. I found him. He's my.
Meanwhile, I've been sitting here for like the last 2 years.
He's. Oh my gosh.
And then Taylor's gonna talk about the non-inverting Drachenfire drop, and
Oh
I'm
my
gonna go,
God.
"That's it."
Oh my god. Oh my god. Not a burning dragon fire drop. Oh my god. Oh. That kills me, man.
All right, are you ready yet?
If that's what you want to call it, sure.
How are we doing this?
Oh, we haven't figured out a weekly poll for next week yet.
Oh, there's that too.
Yeah. So we're not doing it, is the correct answer. Quite yet. Can you hear when I play audio on my phone?
Not very well.
All right, let
I
me see
mean,
if
if you hold completely still and don't say anything, yes, but you haven't been able to ever actually do that, so
well, the thing is, I think Will we want to comment on it while it's playing as well? Like laugh and be like, what the hell? Or would you not just let it play for 2 minutes?
I don't know. I didn't think about that. I was kind of thinking you would just dub it in.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but then I'm like,
No, I
don't
think
you
it'd
have
be better.
your
Yeah.
don't you have your other machine that could technically you could get that in here and I could play it, and then I could also dub it in like after. I could just create another track and play it, but we would technically be listening to it. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that machine skips. It seems to skip when I have the display connected, which I would have to have.
Yeah, we would just
Only
test it
audio.
out real quick. I can test out something as well. If you test that out, I can test this out real quick. It's gonna mess up the live stream because you're gonna bring another thing into our party, but it's fine. Let me see if I can.
To our party. What do you mean permission denied? What? Don't give me this crap. Man, why is this?
Is it already not already done? It's already shot.
I don't know. It goes through this weird phase where, like, I swear I know the password, but it says I don't know the password. When actually I know the password. I go through this every single time. And I'm like, I swear it was that password.
Virtual audio cable.
There it is. Same exact. Wait, what?
This is telling me that I should download a virtual audio cable.
That's kind of what I do in my virtual machine.
Yeah. So we'll both get this set up. I'll try mine and you try yours, and we'll see which one works.
Oh, mine's basically ready.
Okay, is it ready? Can you play it?
We have to get it in the chat. Do we have a chat for? We'll have to switch chats.
Why?
Because you need a third person in here. This is
You
just.
can. Oh, you can add. Oh, I get what you're saying.
Can you add people?
Yeah. What is your other name?
I mean, we already have
Is
one.
it the BBL boy thing?
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. I guess we can just go to that chat that we already have. If you want to do that, that's fine.
All right. I'll switch over there.
Yeah. Just yeah.
You ready now?
Yeah. Just are you ready? Just click it, and
Yep.
it should just transfer right over. Did not do what I thought I was gonna do. It's okay. Now it should be back to Bob's face. Yeah, there we go. All right, so you want to test out?
I need the
Daniel?
file.
I'll send you Daniel's real quick, but you should have the other one. Can you give me a place to put it in the Wii transfer, or do you just want me to send it to you email? Just forward it to you.
Oh, I forgot about this. I don't have. Why? I need to set up my Nextcloud client on here. I don't know why I haven't. Yeah, actually, I can download it from the Nextcloud. Yeah, let me give you the link to that. So the live stream still working okay after we switched?
Yep. 'Cause I'm built different like that. I can handle it.
You can take it.
Exactly.
All right, there's the link.
All right. Oh, please don't make me download this.
Make you download what?
It's gonna make me download the file and drop it into your box.
Oh.
I was trying to just take it from the drive, from the Google Drive, and send it into the other drive.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I did want to download Daniel's audio. I uploaded it too. You see it?
I see my local computer downloading it.
Okay. So we're good then? You'll get it?
Yeah.
Because I deleted a copy on my computer. So.
Did you upload them both?
Oh no, the other one's already on there. You put it on there.
Oh, that's right. It's on the other one. Okay, yeah. I forgot about that. I can grab it from that other directory.
Flat Ride Fred. I'm not quite sure what to say about that.
I don't know either.
But that's part of fun, right? It's like the random roller coaster generator. we just gotta make shit up as we go. What is this? I don't know, but
I'm not really sure.
here's my thoughts on it.
All right, downloading now. Okay, so everybody be forewarned that I'm not sure how loud this is going to be because I didn't do any audio testing
I'll turn it down.
before we went live.
I'll turn you down a little bit just in case.
Not me, but the other one.
Well, I'll turn down. It's all coming through one channel. So it is you for me. I'm talking about turning it down on OBS, not on Discord.
Oh.
Because I can't reach Discord right now. Well, I could, but it would make
Can't
a lot.
reach it.
It would make it look weird. It would make the live stream look weird. So
Okay, so apparently we can't hear anything.
yeah, that's an issue. Okay.
What the? So, wait,
I
what?
got the Discord. I turned
No.
it down. So there we go. We're good.
Why can't I hear it? Oh, wait, am I muted? No? I can actually see it. I don't know what's going on here.
Where's the code?
I can't see the code. Oh, that's... Wait, no? Yes? No? I don't know. So we should be hearing it. I don't know why we're not.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. Oh, wait, maybe input? No. Oh, maybe that's it. Oh, okay. I think I figured it out. Hold on a second. I need to mute myself on the other side. Yeah, now we're echoing. All right. And now. You hearing that?
Nope.
You're not?
Nope.
How come I'm hearing it?
I don't know, Bob. Why? I don't know. I can see that there's audio active. Wait. Hold up. Now that I turned it back up. I turned it down. I had turned it down, remember, because you said it might be loud. So it was just turned down so low I couldn't hear. This is such a weird... Oh my God. I should ask for like a printout of the lyrics for this from them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what they're saying. What did they just say?
What you gonna do without Mean Streak?
I knew something with Mean Street. Life comes along and shows us there's a way. I love the What the fuck? Oh my gosh. I don't know what that... Oh my gosh, I don't know what that is, but... I kind of love it, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah. It's interesting, to say the least.
I seriously thought... I thought you were screwing with me. I went and scrolled down in the audio and I'm like... Flat Ride Fred, what is this? Did Bob make some stupid thing up? Or is this like something him and Mike talked about on the show?
Oh. Daniel's gonna make me install a codec on my virtual machine.
Is it an M4A?
Yeah. What? Why?
Hey, but I mean, this is exactly what we asked for, right? We asked for like different...
I guess.
We kind of condemned ourselves to...
No, you did.
Hey,
This
you were
is
the one
all
that was
you're
like, hey,
doing.
let's not do just, just Collins from the Parks, because that's too
Well-
similar. So... So I think you're just in this as much as I am.
If you say so.
I do, so...
Alright. What's going on now? What are we doing here? Why is this not playing?
James, Bob,
shit.
you demanded people call
Scared
in
me.
and give you some content vocally.
Thought he
Well,
joined
this
our-
is Dan P, DP Coaster
our
Photos, and
server
I'm going to
somehow.
give you that vocal, very vocal, hopefully that's not too loud, very vocal submission. And I've just been spending a whole day here at Hershey Park. I didn't really ride too much. I've been riding a lot of everything, basically every visit for the past 6 visits all over the season. But this time, I didn't come here with anybody. I was here by myself. So I got to do what I wanted to do. Went in, enjoyed Fahrenheit, Sky Rush, Super Duper Looper, Storm Runner, and Candemonium. But mostly I was here for the drinks and the food at the Chocolatier. Man, that place is delicious. I got the cocoa crusted short ribs for lunch, and then later on
He's
I
gonna
got
get so mad at
packaged
us
which came with
when
some
we make fun
pulled
of him
pork.
for this.
It was fantastic. But I gotta tell you, if you're over 21, little secret here, gotta go for those cocktails. They're just
I
fantastic.
don't understand this. This
The Reese's
new
Cup
inflection in
Fusion,
the voice.
old fashioned, just a hint of peanut butter with a good amount of whiskey and the rest of the old fashioned drink. Oh my gosh, that's gotta be my favorite drink here. But I also enjoyed some other great things here today, like the Jolly Rancher Martini, the S'mores Martini, the Great Berry Mojito, which is very good. Great pun. And also the White Lightning Racer. Everything's pretty greatly named. There's a lot of integration that the chefs had with the Hershey candy products, chocolate and fruity candies alike. Just integrating those into the menu items just was fantastic. But yeah, if you ever come here to Hershey Park, I definitely recommend stop by the Chocolatier, grab some entrees. If you're over 21, grab a cocktail. If you're under 21 or you don't want to drink alcohol, they got some mocktails. I haven't tried them, but they look fantastic. And if they're anything like the actual cocktails that I've ever had here, I'm sure they're great. The chefs know what they're doing, and you know, you can't really go wrong here. They got a great menu list of menu items. I just can't wait to come back here to ride the coasters, of course, but also visit the Chocolatier and eat some food and drink some cocktails. All right, Coaster Talk Podcast. You know me, I know you, and I'll see you at the parks. And yeah, hope this is that content you wanted.
I don't understand
peace out.
the intonation and inflection in his voice at the end of every sentence that he finds somewhat important. To come out to the park.
This is. I guess this would be the equivalent of late night college radio, maybe.
This is our version of it for sure. This is as close as we'll get, probably. Maybe
So
this
which
will
one are we
prompt some
doing?
others to send in some crazy shit.
Oh God. It'll be
Are
fun.
they actually? They have an actual. They posted this on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Do they have lyrics? Let me see if I can follow the closed caption. Nope, you can't actually. Not even YouTube can decipher the lyrics. They're like,
YouTube doesn't know what's going on either. All right. Which one are we gonna play first?
which one do you want to play first? I feel like the Mean Streak, Flat Red Fred. That way we can, if we run out of things to say, we can transition quickly out of that.
Yeah.
Oh, we still haven't think of a weekly poll.
I think our weekly poll should be, what should next week's weekly poll be? Keep saying we should do that. You never do.
Oh, Bob.
One of these days you're just going to say, F it, let's do it. I don't know. So, hey, Roadside, is there another name you'd rather me call you, or are you okay with Roadside? Either way, do you have an idea for a poll? What question we should ask? I'm guessing Pam fell asleep.
Yeah, I'm sure. My life was looking so bleak.
That does fit. That's probably what it is. Steph. Okay.
Like Steph Curry.
Like who?
Steph Curry. You don't know who Steph Curry is?
No.
Oh my God! Please tell me you know who Steph Curry is, Steph. Please. If no one knows who Steph Curry is here, I might have to exit the facility.
Exit the facility.
Yeah. This is, come on. There's no way someone named Steph doesn't know who Steph Curry is. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This is driving me crazy. Dun it, 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 dun it. Yes! All right, they do. He's one of the most famous basketball players on the planet right now. Stephen Curry. Doesn't ring a bell.
I don't know. I don't follow basketball, so.
You know who LeBron James is?
Yeah, I was kind of figuring yours was Stephanie. Like that's the thing. Like I wouldn't have thought that Steph. I've never heard Steph short for Steven. I've actually
Stephen.
never heard that. Stephen. What? Either way, I've never actually heard like.
Well, that's Stephen Curry.
I get that. I just DuckDuckGo'd. Like I get it now, but like I've never actually heard somebody named Stephen or Steven like actually go by Steph. I've actually I've just never heard of that. Like anytime I hear Steph, I think Stephanie.
I don't know. I think of Stephen because of my boy on the Warriors. That's just my go-to. I'm like, oh, Stephen. But there is Steph emotional roller coasters. So I guess I think of that too. I don't know. I don't think about the name Steph too often. Not gonna lie. I'm sorry. And the etymology behind it and why it's so important.
I guess I
who's
know
na-
some Stephanies that go by Steph. So
Oh, you know some?
yeah.
I don't know if I've.
Well, I know of some. Not like they're close friends, but like I know like there's one in my pinball league. Goes by Steph.
I don't know. Bob's probably not gonna want to do that one.
Yeah.
Bob's not a big RMC fan.
Well, I mean, I like ground up RMCs.
Mm-hmm.
They should RMC a flat piece of land. That's what I think.
I'm not a big, I don't know. I don't like to advocate for it, but once it happens, I'm okay with it. I hate these people that are like, "Oh, you can't touch, don't touch our rides." It's like, well, I mean, at this point, the park has reached a decision that they're not going to maintain this ride. So it's either destruction or at least partial, intactment of the ride. So
Like grasping at straws is literally what we do every week. We go through this seriously
we don't even
every
grasp.
single week.
We just
We just
we just fall flat. I mean, we
just swat at butterflies. Hope something gets stuck on the flay swatter.
I think we did that poll a long time. Well, I did that poll a long time ago before Bob even got on the show too. Not that we don't repeat polls, but that's just one that I don't think Bob would like to do. So.
I'd have to argue with everybody, and
That's just too much.
I just don't.
You don't
know
feel like
how
trolling the trollers today?
Yeah, that's again.
Oh, what a night.
Late December back in
63.
63.
What
I don't know why I
a
always want to say
special
64. Is it 63?
It's 63. I will take that to the grave. I am 100% confident. Don't ever question my knowledge of music pre-1980, like 1989, possibly. The 90s, in the 90s, my music gets a little, Like I like some alternative rock, but pop in the '90s sucked.
What the heck is going on in the world right now?
Good question.
I just trending. This is the top 2 trending on Twitter right now. Tucker is a white supremacist and arrest Trump now. Like what? What happened? I feel like I missed something.
I don't know, man. Let me see. Let me go to Google News. I see McConnell.
Yeah, I like
McConnell shift on debate on debt ceiling fight pushes GOP into a bind.
I know. I actually kind of miss the space spiral. I remember the space spiral at Cedar Point, especially when it sat in front of not Top Thrill Dragster.
I don't see anything about
Disaster Transport.
Trump or Tucker Carlson, but I see multiple attractions to close by January at Universal Orlando. Shrek 4D included. No, really. No way.
I thought actually, I wonder what is the tallest. I wonder what the tallest space spiral that Intamin ever made is.
Probably
I wonder how tall they could go.
Cedar Points. That was a pretty tall one.
That's what I'm thinking. Now I'm gonna go off on another rabbit trail because now I need to know. Oh, actually that's a good one. What would be a good dark ride theme?
Yeah.
That's actually a good one.
Are we talking? We'd have to be talking non-Disney and Universal, right? I feel like it's not really creative if you just say Disney or Universal, because then people can just use all these random IPs and.
Or yeah, let's say non-IP.
Yeah, exactly. Like think of something creative, somewhat. Can't just be like, oh, SpongeBob.
The SpongeBob guy. Garfield.
I feel like Garfield and something with Nightmare. would probably go.
Garfield's Nightmare.
Holy shit! I think we just thought of something. Man. We should try. We should try seeing if Kenny would go along with us. Oh, Cedar Point. Ah! Stop yelling at me.
Who's yelling at you?
Windows. I mistyped Cedar Point, so it's like doodaloo, doodaloo. Cannot find anything under this name because it's not how you spell Cedar Point.
Observation towers. Here we go.
Are you on Wikipedia too?
What? You really? Yeah, they don't put the heights. What the? Why?
Well, if you click on them,
Why?
that's where you do. So.
Oh, I'm not clicking on all of these.
Wait, just hold up, Bob. I'll do it for you.
All right, you do it.
All right, Space Spiral was 330 feet tall. So,
It was 330.
Well-known rides such as Cedar Point Space Spiral, Astroworld's Astroneedle, and Coney's Space Towers were built by Willy Buller, Space Towers Company of Bern, Switzerland.
Wait, so the space spiral wasn't even Intamin?
It stemmed from, I think, someone who was involved in Intamin, but it wasn't actually Intamin, because Intamin wasn't... They didn't start building, it says, until 71.
Huh.
Oh, in 1971, Intamin started making these towers and contracted the same companies to build them. Willy Burroughs Space Towers was eventually acquired by Von Roll, a Swiss industrial group.
That's interesting. I always thought the space spiral was actually an Intamin.
Apparently not.
Learn something new every day.
But it's definitely associated with Intamin because they included that clause before the observation tower piece.
Oh.
I was wondering why. I was like, why is Cedar Point not on this list? It wasn't because I was misspelling it. It was because...
Well, wait. What year was Space Spiral built?
65.
Wow. That's old. I didn't realize it was that old either.
Intamin wasn't founded until 67, so yeah.
Kissing Tower was built in 75. Wow, that's crazy.
The Eiffel Tower is taller. So
Yeah, but that's not I mean, that's not the same thing.
I know, I'm kidding. It's just they just call it an observation tower. Oh, what a night!
Yeah, I think I do remember that. They controlled it so that it would fall towards
Yeah,
the
they have a
beach or
video.
something
There's a
like
video
that.
online. It's kind of fun to watch. Space.
That you're going to watch?
Yeah. Blackpool Pleasure Beach has one. Let's see how tall theirs is. Or they had one. 48 meters. Why is it? Ah!
I mean,
Oh, it's only 157
did
feet
you
tall.
really think it was going to be feet?
They're killing me. So to me, it looks like the Gyro 1000 is actually what the name of the space spiral is, like the official name.
Well, there's different ones.
Gyro
There's Gyro
1200, just the gyros, I guess, is the what you call it.
Gyro 1500.
Let's see what the super gyro, how tall that is. Because I feel like that name.
The Eiffel Tower is called an elevator. That's the model name.
It's pretty clever. I
Where'd you
wonder
come
why.
up with that one?
This thing's tiny. It's probably like 65 feet tall. Well, I don't understand how Intamin's naming these. The super gyro tower is like 30 feet tall.
30 feet?
Not joking. I think it might be. Yeah. That's an estimation, but nobody's given me.
That's awesome.
Why is it super? Super because it's so short. God dang it. 60. They're giving me meters again. This isn't even. This isn't. Oh, it's in Japan. Okay, that makes sense. I thought it was.
I
in the
mean,
US.
if it's not in America, they use
No
meters.
way. It's saying this is 200 feet tall. And that is not correct because it's two different rides. We must be talking about two different rides here. Is it? No, there's no way this is 200 feet tall. Look at this picture. This is like maybe 30 is a little bit of an underestimation, but it's definitely not above 100 feet tall.
All right, I need to go watch this. Oh, well, that's just the aspect of that picture. You can tell that picture is like messed up.
Incorrect.
So it's interesting.
It is not. I don't think it's compressed.
Not compressed. It's just the angle. Anyway, responding to Missy's question,
Bob.
they actually have already done that. I forget where it was. They actually did build land onto the peninsula, like out into the lake.
This thing.
I
is
forget
not-
where. I feel like it was like back by, like kind of around Magnum, but I might not. That might not be correct. But I definitely know that they did do that already.
I refuse to stop looking this up. They keep giving me all these random, like, I looked up Legoland Malaysia observation tower height, and they keep giving me Japan. Now they're giving me Deutschland. Like, just give me
That's
Malaysia.
called Germany.
What?
Deutschland. That's Germany.
I know, but I'm saying that's what they. That's
Just saying.
really. It's called Legoland Deutschland, so I'm calling it by its official name on the internet. Oh, here we go, Legoland Malaysia.
Or were you actually
No,
Missy? Were you
these
actually talking
fuckers.
about a roller coaster?
60
like,
meters no
onto the
way.
water?
All right, I'm just not gonna. I'm done.
I'm gonna mute you.
You can't mute me on the live stream, boy. I own the live stream.
No, that's true.
I am the live stream.
But yeah, Missy, were you talking about like land, or were you talking about the roller coaster? I mean, yeah, that would be really cool if like they
Well,
built.
she
a
said,
roller
can they
coaster
build
that
into
just
the or
went
onto the water? So
onto? Like I thought she was at first. I thought she was talking on the land about land, and then I thought about it. That's why I was asking. But yeah, that would be cool. And actually, I think that a flyer would actually work really well. Like That would be a cool flyer, where you just kind of like
Okay. No.
dive towards the lake. But I really don't know that they do that.
Or they build a pier. Get this. They make a boardwalk park. Like
Yeah, we
this.
had this discussion on the podcast, didn't we?
We did.
Now
yeah.
that I think about it.
I honestly think they should do that. I think that would
I
be
don't-
the best.
I don't think they're going to. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like yeah, a B&M flyer like X Flight. Like that's exactly that would be really
X-Flight's
cool.
a B&M
Just
wing
like
coaster.
isn't there another X? Oh, X Flight. Oh
Six-Flags
yeah,
Great America.
Firebird used to be X Flight. That's what I was thinking of.
Firebird at. Are you talking about Iron Wolf?
What? No, that was a Flying Dutchman.
Oh, you're talking about Nightwing. Or Batwing. Or yeah, Nightwing.
Firebird. Not.
Yes, oh
Wait.
King's Island.
I don't know
You
what's
said it
going on
wrong.
anymore.
You did, okay, I was about to say.
I did- Fire-
I was like,
Firehawk.
Firebird, what
Oh
are you
my
talking
God.
about?
I don't know what's going on anymore. I have no idea.
I'm like, Firebird was most definitely not X-Flight. I know that to be sure. Like, I know one thing and one thing only in life, and that is that Firebird was not X-Flight. I don't know how tall this observation tower is. I don't know. Like, oh man, but
So X Flight at Great America is wing, yeah. But yeah, they wouldn't. Well, they wouldn't do that because,
they already have Gatekeeper.
yeah, they have Gatekeeper. Thunderhawk is an
said
SLC,
Dorney's Park.
right? Yeah, Firehawk. That huh?
Thunderhawk's
What?
at Dorney Park. Well, that's one of them. There's
Oh, yeah,
there's
that.
multiple coasters named Thunderhawk.
I think there's a Thunderhawk.
There's
that's
one
an
at
SLC as
Michigan's
well.
Adventure, I think, as well.
Yeah, I
as
think that's the
Dorney Park.
SLC. That yeah.
Oh man, that was crazy.
I'm actually surprised that Cedar Point hasn't built a flyer yet.
Oh man, they think they need to. Them and Busch Gardens Williamsburg, I think, need a flying coaster. I think Busch Gardens Williamsburg over the water, the Rhine River, would be awesome.
That's not gonna happen.
I know, but that's like my wish list coaster for that park.
Yeah, X Flight Geauga Lake's what I was thinking of. Like, yeah, that used to be Firehawk.
Yeah, I got that once. Once you said Firebird, I was like, wait, like Firehawk. I said Nighthawk
yeah.
because you were confusing me, but
My confusion led to your confusion, which led back to my confusion.
it's just a cycle, cyclical confusion.
Circular mess.
Yeah. A rhythmic confusion. It's just like, I'm confused, you're confused, I'm confused, and you're confused. Oh man, we haven't started the second half. This is what catches us.
No,
It's always
we
this
haven't.
break is in between. It's never the actual, like, if we just started and just went smoothly and did the show, I feel like we'd end at midnight every night. It's the break, man. It's the break.
It is the break.
I have a computer science quiz tomorrow. I'm nervous. Coding is hard. It's weird.
So you want to hear something interesting?
Tucker Carlson's a white supremacist.
They may have actually refunded my money
Oh.
because I don't have access to the documentary, and I didn't. I didn't get charged.
Screw this guy.
So, yeah. I don't think they pre-charged. I think they were supposed to charge tonight, so. Yeah, anyway.
That'd be funny if they just didn't give you access to it, nor did they, but they still charge.
Yeah, I just don't get either.
You still get E30.
Yeah, it's not in my purchases, so I'm guessing that they didn't. That actually, I'm kind of happy about that. Now I wonder who did it, because I emailed both I emailed them, and then when they didn't say anything, I actually emailed Vimeo. But anyway, whatever. Yeah, I like that dark. I like Steph's dark ride idea. I think that's a good question.
Do you?
I do.
Vimeo.
Actually.
I'm gonna see if I can get on Vimeo.
Welcome.
Buy this documentary real quick. I'm just kidding. There it is. You can rent it for a whole $8. Oh, it's $15. They upped the price.
Yeah.
When did they up it to 15?
Whenever it released.
So pre-orders was 10, and then
Yeah.
gotcha. They screwed me. I'm not paying $15.
Extra to.
I could rent it for $8. That's a bargain. I could rent like some Hollywood blockbusters for less than $8 on demand.
Yeah.
That's a bit ridiculous for a rent price. It should be like $3 or $4 to rent a movie for 24 hours.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing, but whatever. I mean, at the time I bought it, so I was like, yeah, what?
I
Like,
wouldn't mind
what?
renting it, but if it was cheap.
Well, I think that was my whole thing. I was like, well, why would you even bother renting it? Because
I don't think they changed the rent price too. It was $8 then, and it's $8 now, I think.
yeah, you're right. It was.
That's kind of crazy. Oh man. Are you ready to do this thing?
I've been ready.
I don't know if I'd call that ready, but you ready?
Nope, I'm suddenly not ready, James.
All right, well, you start the countdown, so Mr.
I'm trying to find Audacity. I suddenly have like.
Oh, he's ready.
No,
he's
I just didn't
ready.
have the window. Shut up. Shut up.
He's ready.
3, 2.
All right, and Bob is ready for the second half.
I
of the
am.
show. Are you, Bob?
I am ready.
Are you ready?
I am. I've found Audacity. I've started recording. Because you're hearing this audio, so
Hopefully,
obviously I started
hopefully
recording.
they can hear it.
This is going to be an interesting second half of the show. We've
is.
got two audio files that people
Not
sent
one.
in, and both
But two.
both are very interesting.
That's the one way to put it.
In their own ways.
In their own respective ways. They own spark our interest in their own respective ways, yeah. So we have some unusual audio clips to play. First is going to be from, what is it? Thuzy Raps? Flat Ride Fred.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's like
This is
it's a group.
This is about Wicked Twister, and somehow also about Mean Streak. So
Yeah, here we go.
here we go.
Okay.
A little bit of an intro.
Let's.
But she will live in your heart forever. Wicked Twister.
Okay, so we got the Wicked Twister somehow.
I'm here to tell you it's okay to shed a tear. 'Cause when life looks so bleak,
Oh my. Mean streak again. Oh no.
You wonder what you're gonna do without me.
Oh, there we go.
Life comes along and it shows you that there is a way, that there is a new life. I'm here to tell you I shed a tear. Now I know
Alright, so we're back to like the reprise, kind of.
you'll miss her, but she will live on in your heart forever.
Ooh.
Wicked twister.
It's a good little. Like that little at the end.
I'm gonna cry. I'm crying. I'm shedding a tear. that was very interesting, to say
That
the
was-
least.
Yes. Flat Ride Fred.
I
I don't
mean,
know what you bestowed upon us, but thank you.
and I actually kind of enjoyed it too. Like that's I don't know.
The awkward thing about it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a,
It's like I kind of have to admit I actually like it.
such a
I'm gonna
random,
add it to my playlist.
aimless, weird song. But yeah, for some reason it kind of has a catch to it. Kind of a
Indeed,
catchiness
it
to it.
does.
All right, well, thank you, Flat Ride Fred. That's exactly what we wanted. We said we wanted some kind of aimless, arbitrary content, some voice from voicemails. You know, we said we would accept the traditional call in from the parks, but to send us in some cool, I think I said stories or jokes or whatever. So that was definitely that didn't stray from what we asked for.
James, I miss Mean Streak.
I know. Life was so bleak when they said they discontinued Mean Streak.
Did you ever actually get to ride Mean Streak?
I did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember if you did or not.
I did not mind it.
You did. You didn't get to ride it in its glory days though. Before they slowed it down.
Glory
That
days.
was-
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh God, we're gonna have all kinds of music going on here.
Hit it up, Bob. Get it up. Get it queued.
That
No.
will get a copyright strike
Yeah.
for.
Actually, what's next in line here, what's next in store for us, is from our friend Daniel. Not just normal Daniel, but intoxicated Daniel.
That should be his new nickname, Intoxicated Daniel.
DP Coaster.
He should actually have a
Drunk.
second Instagram account.
DP Coaster Drunk.
Yeah, this you're about to hear an interesting side of DP Coaster photos.
Indeed. Take it away,
So-
Daniel.
Well, maybe.
James,
There it
Bob,
is.
There we
you
go.
demanded people call in and give you some content.
Demanded.
Vocally? Well, this is Dan P, DP Coaster Photos, and I'm going to give you that vocal, very vocal, hopefully that's not too loud, very vocal submission. And I've just been spending a whole day here at Hershey Park. I didn't really ride too much. I've been riding a lot of everything, basically every visit for the past 6 visits all over the season, but this time, I didn't come here with anybody. I was here
Ooh.
by myself. So I got to do what I wanted to do. Went in, enjoyed Fahrenheit, Sky Rush, Super Duper Looper, Storm Runner, and Candemonium. But mostly I was here for the drinks and the food at the Chocolatier. Man, that place is delicious.
haven't
I
eaten
got
there.
the cocoa crusted short ribs for lunch, and then later on I got the mac and cheese, which came with some pulled pork.
I love that.
It was
inflection.
fantastic. But I gotta tell you, if you're over
Oh, man.
21, little secret here, gotta go for those cocktails. They were just fantastic. The Reese's Cup Fusion, old fashioned, just a hint of peanut butter with a good amount of whiskey and the rest of the old fashioned drink. Oh my gosh, that's gotta be my favorite drink here. But I also enjoyed some other great things here today, like the Jolly Rancher Martini, the S'mores Martini, the Great Berry Mojito, which is very good. Great pun. And also the White Lightning
Oh,
Racer.
Daniel.
Everything
Oh.
is pretty greatly named. There's a lot of integration that the chefs had with the Hershey candy products, chocolate and fruity candy candies alike. Just integrating those into the menu items just was fantastic. But yeah, if you ever come here to Hershey Park, I definitely recommend stop by the Chocolatier, grab some entrees. If you're over 21, grab a cocktail. If you're under 21 or you don't want to drink alcohol, they got some mocktails. I haven't tried them,
Ooh.
but they look fantastic. And if they're anything like the actual cocktails that I've ever had here, I'm sure they're great. The chefs know what they're doing, and you can't really go wrong here. They got a great list of menu items. I just can't wait to come back here to ride the coasters, of course, but also visit the Chocolatier and eat some food and drink some cocktails. All right, Coaster Talk podcast. You know me, I know you, and I'll see you at the parks. And yeah, hope this is that content you wanted. Bye. Peace out.
You know me and I know you. Sounds like a song. I love the intonation, that rise and fall of his voice every time he thinks he's saying something like important. Let me get to some cocktails. I ride all the coasters.
I gotta say, this is the thing. Like personally, well, you're in the chat with all of us. Like, he has been talking up this Chocolatier for quite a while.
Yeah,
and
has.
I've actually I've been wanting to go there, but like every time I've gone there, it's been like you couldn't get in, mainly because I've been there when the park's open and it's just popular and busy. Hopefully that's going to change this weekend, though.
Yeah. The plan is after Knoebels, which we'll talk a little bit about later. But I thought he brought up an interesting point that we don't bring up a lot. It's like the difference, the different aspect of going to the park alone versus going to the park with a group.
Yeah.
There's definitely a different element to consider when you're alone and when you're versus being with a group. And I thought that was an interesting point he brought up. I mean, there really is a level of freedom that you feel. It's weird. It's like I don't like going to the parks by myself, but I also like it. Like I like going with a group, but I also don't like it.
I mean, really, I've gone to the parks by myself a lot, and
Oh, yeah, totally,
I actually I enjoy it a lot. Just I don't know. It's like you always, even if it's somebody and I don't know, you just kind of feel like, oh, am I doing? Even if you're not like,
Well, you want to ensure you're doing the activities that they want to do as well, right?
right, exactly. Even if you you just kind
You
of
wanna be
feel like,
selfish.
oh, yeah, exactly, and you just kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of, I don't know. There's just that feeling of
I
like,
agree.
well, what do you want to do?
I
And
guess
you're like,
I found my
I just want to sit
perfect-
here and ride Sky Rush all day.
Exactly. I guess
That's all I
I've-
want to do.
I guess I found my ideal, perfect travel partner because me and Timmy never debate, never like, oh, I don't want to do that. Actually, I wanted to do this. Like we always are okay. We see eye to eye always with like what we want to do.
Right, and you're always objectively wrong.
Yeah, exactly. but I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like me and Timmy, that is true. I don't like being in a group because of that. But for some reason with Timmy, I just don't. We don't have that interaction ever. It's never like, I wanted to go marathon Sky Rush and I want to go do Fahrenheit or whatever. It always seems like I'm like, I want to stay at Sky Rush, and Timmy's like, yeah, same. Or he's like, I want to stay here, and I'm like, yeah, same, or whatever. But there is that aspect I thought was interesting that he brought up because that's something that we don't necessarily discuss often, but it is very, very true. That can totally alter the park experience.
It's actually interesting too, and this is something. I mean, I've been on Reddit for years, and I cannot tell you how many times the question has come up. How do you guys feel about going to the park by yourself? Like, I don't know if I really want to do it. And like, there's so many people that have never actually gone to a park by themselves because they feel like it's an awkward thing to do. And generally, almost immediately after those get posted, there's people coming in saying you have to go to a park by yourself. It is such a different experience. You have to experience it.
I'm not gonna lie. It's really, it can really provide a moment of solace and like peace, kind of. I found, sometimes it's like you're just there. You just get to like experience the park. You don't have to interact with other people. It's just like I'm in my element because we're all enthusiasts here. So being on a roller coaster, regardless of who you're with, is awesome, and being at a park should be awesome as well. So it's just, I don't know, it kind of alleviates any sometimes distraught that you might be feeling. Like sometimes I'll be like stressed out or depressed or whatever, and then I go to a park and it's like it's just a comfort. Even if I'm by myself, it's even more so if I'm by myself. It's just like peace.
Yeah. It's like the Zen ride, which I never understood the Zen ride. Like, except for in those few instances like Volcano. But like,
Zen rides are cool.
yeah,
I love Zen rides. I've
I
only gotten
guess
a
if
few,
you,
but
you know, I don't know. But it's just like being there by yourself, like not necessarily on the train by yourself, but for me, it's like, I mean, because for me, it's like I want the train to go faster. You want more people on it. And that's why Volcano was different because it was anyway. I'm not.
But it's
gonna
like
talk about Volcano.
It's it's very minimal. I mean, yes, weight does decrease the ride time, but not necessarily to the point where you can notice always. So.
I don't know. I think that's maybe that's the thing with me though, is like I like being at the park by myself, but I also like that I'm surrounded by people, which is kind of like it seems weird and
That
like
is definitely
counterintuitive to what I'm saying. But like
That's a
I don't know. It's like there's like an energy when there's more people around you, but you don't feel beholden to those people, I guess is the thing. Like you're free to do what you want. You're absolutely free to do whatever you want. But there's also that energy that comes with more people.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
mean,
if
I mean,
that
like
makes any
for
sense.
example,
It's
we're going to
like-
be going. I mean, we kind of mentioned it, going to Knoebels this weekend, and that's something we do every year as a group, and that is always a lot of fun. And we're always because we're just such a close knit group of friends, we're able to, include different wishes and different aspects. Oh, I want to do this. Okay, we can do that. Or sometimes we even like fragment off into different groups. Like, hey, us fours are going to go do that. Us three are going to go do that. Whatever. But sometimes that's not the case, especially if it's like a new group of people that are just now meet, especially enthusiasts. I know sometimes enthusiasts meet up and it's like for the first time you're meeting up with these people and it can be awkward, like having that kind of contention, like, I want to go do that. No, I wanted to go do that. Well, but
yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's also another aspect that Daniel kind of unintentionally touched on, and that is
I don't
how
think he
things
intentionally did
change.
anything.
I know that's true.
I
Oh, well,
think that
yeah,
was
he
just blabber,
didn't.
blabber. But
But the thing is how much different a park is when you have a season pass, especially a home park situation,
yeah, sure.
because I cannot tell you like the first. Well, I guess if you want to get technical, the first season pass that I ever actually had was Paramount Parks pass. That was when I did my big coaster trip back in, I think it was 99.
The summer of '99.
Yeah, something like that. But that was mainly for Kings Island and Canada's Wonder. Actually, it was only for Kings Island and Canada's Wonderland. But anyway, actually, like we just bought it because it was cheaper to buy it than buy tickets to those parks. But actually, the first time I actually had a season pass was when I bought a Cedar Fair Platinum Pass. I want to say it was like 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. And I couldn't believe that, like how much how much it changed going to the park. And you don't feel rushed at all. It's like, oh, this is close. So what? You know what? I don't feel like I'm gonna ride that today. You know, I
It's
love
not
it,
an
but I just
obligation
don't
to
feel
get
it.
through
Like,
everything in one
right.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not rushed. And like the times that I went to King's Dominion and rode 2 rides the entire day, there were a lot of those days. I just enjoyed going to the park and hanging out. And that's something I never would have thought of doing before.
It's a carefree, nonchalant experience, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. And that's how I'm starting to become with Hershey now. Since I moved, it's weird. I didn't move that far, but I moved far enough that it shifted so that Hershey's a lot easier to get to, and Kings Dominion is a little bit harder, and Busch Gardens is really hard. That like it's kind of cool that like just that little move. Like now I'm learning Hershey more and more, and I mean I've always loved Hershey. is, it's a great park, but it's like you just start feeling that different aspect, and just like Daniel was explaining, like you take the time to like, you know what, I'm just gonna go hang out at the Chocolatier for a while and
For like half the day.
try some different food. Yeah, exactly. Like you would not, if you were there at Hershey Park for a day, like that's not something you would do.
Yeah.
You just like, I paid for a ticket. Like I'm not gonna spend half my day sitting in a restaurant. But then on the other hand, like you're not gonna go to the Chocolatier unless you're a really close local, just to kind of, there's just different aspects of that, and it's kind of cool to experience different ways of experiencing parks.
Yeah, I agree. So Daniel, I think you inadvertently created.
Did
a
you
whole
mean
lot
to
of
say
discussion
any of
here.
that stuff?
I don't think
'Cause
so.
That's what you
I don't think he did. I think his main point was these drinks are awesome. But
Yeah.
coming from someone who can't legally drink alcohol yet, and Bob, someone who doesn't choose to, that means nothing to us really. maybe we'll try the mocktails while we're there. But
Yeah.
I do
I mean,
look forward to
yeah.
trying that out if we go by. And honestly, I don't know. Isn't the Chocolatier? It's not? It's like it's the building right out front of Hershey, right, outside of the park.
Yeah, so it's actually the gift shop that you actually
Exit out
exit
of,
through.
It's the top. It's the top
It's
floor.
in that building. Yeah, it's actually that building.
Correct. So it's the top floor. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to be at Hershey Park and not go in. So that's going to be, especially for someone who hasn't ridden Skyrush in a while. I don't know. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Well, I actually think this weekend when we go there, I don't think the park's even open. So.
I know it's going to be difficult for me to be there and not go in. That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm going to be right. up there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Not
what you were
necessarily that
saying.
I'm going to
Yes,
plan on
okay,
going.
okay.
Like I don't have the time to actually. I wouldn't pay to go for like half the day for a full park ticket. I would plan around going the whole day, like we just kind of talked about. I have plan around going the whole day. But it's just going to be hard for me to be like right there. There's Skyrush. Bye, Skyrush.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's always been like that. We always stop at Permane Brothers after, which is in the town of Hershey, and like literally the parking garage you
Yep.
park in is like you're looking right at Skyrush, and you're like, I want to ride more.
Yeah.
Let me back in, please.
Or literally, I can't. What's that sports bar that we always go to? Literally right behind Hershey Park.
Yeah, Permane Brothers.
No, that's not Permane Brothers. There's another one that we go to as well.
There is.
Yes, maybe.
I've always gone to Permane Brothers.
With us?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, Timmy. I mean, Bob, whoever you are.
You don't even know my name. How am I going to trust you know the restaurant? You don't even know my name.
Who are you? Maybe it is Permane Brothers I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think it might be actually. I was thinking there was another sports bar that's. But yeah, I think you're right.
There was one time I think we stopped somewhere else, but it wasn't right behind Hershey. Because
Yeah, I'm thinking of Permane Brothers because it's right. It's adjacent to the park, and like Great Bear is like right behind the parking lot. So.
Yeah. Great Bear, Super Duper Looper,
and then you drive around.
Skyrush, like
and
they're
you can
all
see
like right
Skyrush,
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, I was having a bit of a brain fart there.
I mean, to be fair, that Permane Brothers is really a lot more like a sports bar than some of the other Permane Brothers. So
yeah, it is a different Permane
yeah.
Brothers for sure. I still like it, but it's obviously different. All right, so our weekly poll. We did this one a while back, a long time ago, before we had much of an audience. So I felt it was time to re-invite it into the show. See what our audience really thinks about this prompt. We asked the audience, is Halloween the best time of year at parks? And I'm somebody who definitely thinks that to be the case. I love Halloween events.
This is kind of a weird, you might not expect this, but like, I'm not so much a fan of the haunts, which people are aware of, but this time of year, I find myself going to parks a lot more during this time of year And I think a lot of it's because of the weather and night rides and like some different aspects of it that kind of make me say that yeah, it's the best time, but for very different reasons than what you guys say.
Well, I can isolate. All right, I can isolate the just the atmosphere and the like aura of a park and like the the ambience, the mood from the actual haunt events, because it's not just the haunt events. Truly, I love the haunt events, and there's no question that those are why my Halloween's definitely my favorite time of year. But even if like Knoebels, they don't do a Halloween event, but I still love being at that park during Halloween because they have the lighting, they have the cool decor. Like on Twister, they have like all of those ultraviolet lights set up. I mean, and they have like the cool smoke effects. That's like something that's so cool to me, and that
I
parks
mean,
typically do that.
Technically, that is their Halloween event.
Yeah, it is, but like they don't have a haunt event. Let me put it that way. How about that? They don't have
mean,
a scare haunted attraction other than like the antique cars.
Yeah, you drug me onto the antique cars. You,
which we'll be doing again this year. So you'll have to.
I
sit out
will
for
not
that
be
one.
doing.
Yeah,
I'll go ride Phoenix.
but
You carry on with your merry self.
But they don't have a scare haunted event. They just kind of set up decor and lights, and that to me, just that isolated from the actual haunt events and the haunted houses and the scare zones, and all that, is still an overtone of the park that I prefer over summer or winter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Especially like I love
don't know.
being at the parks till 1 a.m. Like a lot of parks stay open until 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. during Halloween.
Yeah.
Which is something
Yeah.
that is not practiced during summer or during even winter events. Like it's typically like summer is like 10 or 11 the very most, and then winter is like even earlier. It's like 10 sometimes typically. I don't see a lot of winter events going too late into the night unless like you get that New Year's Eve event, which King's Dominion puts on sometimes when they feel like it.
Yeah,
it's
I
very,
love that event.
I don't know. It's very common to see haunt events stay up until like 1 and 2 in the morning, and you can get some really good night rides on coasters in conjunction with sometimes getting some good scares, which I love. But yeah, I think I can isolate the two and say that it's not necessarily getting scared, which makes the atmosphere of the park so great. Yeah, I think I can.
Indeed.
I think I can confine them to that.
So what did our audience?
What did our audience think, though? Our audience seems to agree. 42 individuals voted yes, it is the best, while 33 voted no, it is not the best time of year. So that's 56% versus 44% there. And we got a couple of write-ins, so we can read them. Someone simply said no because of crowds, which is fair. Halloween events do tend to draw more crowds, but I think that's just because they're so great. I think people catch on to that. Even the general public are like, "Oh, this is the best time to be at the park. Let's go now." Especially at the events that give you scares and the coasters remain open, because then you're getting kind of two bangs for your buck there. You're getting some awesome haunted houses and some really great roller coasters. So, yeah, I get that, though. Crowds can be an issue.
Yeah.
All right, it would be if it wasn't for all the terrible guest behavior it brings in these days.
Well, that's been a thing.
Yeah, but I don't think the same way that we can't say that that's solely certain parks. We can't say that that's just this event. I mean, Kings Islands was happening in the summer, so it doesn't necessarily just happen.
That is true.
At Halloween events, and you can't segregate and separate and say, oh, it's only at Halloween events. I don't think that's fair necessarily. But
yeah, I don't know.
I do agree
Yeah.
that for some reason, it seems there's definitely an increase in just obscene behavior at parks during Halloween. I don't know why that is, but it's a trend I've noticed. I mean, definitely, a lot of teenagers like these events. I guess a lot of them like to go without parental supervision, and a lot of them can't handle that, and thus the issues arise. So maybe that's where it stems from mainly, but I don't think that only happens at the Halloween events.
No, I don't think it's isolated, but I do think it is. It might be a little bit more.
Sure.
Yeah,
Maybe if it's like
yeah,
a 50% of the time there's a fight at a park, maybe it bumps up to 65 during Halloween or something. But I don't think it's too like, holy crap, there's never a fight at this park, and then all of a sudden Halloween events start, and they're just everywhere. There's one in the corridor, there's one outside, there's one in the parking lot. It's not like that. Some like to paint that picture. Someone said, I'm not a fan of haunts. I don't like being scared or the restless feeling that I could be scared.
Yeah,
I
I definitely get that.
I disagree.
I mean,
with you
that's
completely.
kind of.
That's the point. That's the thrill.
That's
the thrill.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from, but I agree with that listener completely.
If you're an
And
adrenaline
it's so
junkie,
weird. But that's
don't
the
know.
thing. It's so weird from a psychological standpoint, because the feeling you get being scared on a ride is exactly physiologically the same exact thing as being scared by like a scare actor. But I don't like being scared by a scare actor, and I love the drop tire. Like, I can tolerate a drop tire, even though a drop tire scares the crap out of me every single time. I mean, it's weird how your mind changes things like that, but it's like I'll gladly get on a drop tire and scare the crap out of myself. But
Speaking
I don't
of-
like putting myself in a situation where
Stratosphere. I just thought of that this weekend.
yes. We actually convinced my sister to go on it, which
you
was kind
visited?
of funny because she does not like.
We're gonna have to get Thomas on it because Thomas refused to get on the Larson at Kentucky Kingdom, and he said he would get on this
Oh.
one.
Well, then he's gonna have to get on it then.
Indeed, indeed. Could not agree more with his next reply. It adds just another level of ambience to the park. That's it.
Yes,
That's it. I mean,
Yep.
again, do I love the aspect of the haunts and getting scared? Yes. But even so, even if we just to not consider those at all, just discontinue the fact that there's haunt events. Just to say there's no haunt events, and it's just the theming, and it's just the smoke, and it's just the lighting, and it's just being there till midnight. Just even that, to me, makes it the best time of year. So, yeah, I agree completely. Someone again said just crazy long lines, and I think that's true. It depends on the day you go, though. And I think like
Sometimes it
people
depends on the park,
and I
doesn't
think
it?
it also has to do with the fact that it's fall, and the only time of week the parks are open is the weekend. So everybody's
Yeah.
trying to go on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday instead of spreading it out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you have to think about that too. And I mean, and that would happen regardless of the haunt events possibly too. Like that could just be like, hey, it's fall and there's only 3 times to go. We're going to have to go on Saturday or Sunday. That's kind of our choice. Or we could go Friday night.
I actually think there's also this the summer season is extending more. It's not even just like what's going on, but I think it's our weather as well. It seems like our seasons are just shifted a little bit, where it's colder more into summer and it's warmer more into fall. And I think people are kind of in this like school starts, but people aren't ready to
fully
let
accept.
go of the summer.
Fully accept that
Yeah.
summer's over, yeah.
And the fact that the weather isn't changing like it used to is an aspect of that, where people are like, the weather still makes me say I want to go to a park, and yet we have school going on, so that there's the only option that you could really do anything is on a weekend. Because with school you don't really have personal days like you have with work. That's not.
It's not an
I mean,
option.
Yeah, I mean, from a technical standpoint, sure, I'm sure you could pull it off, but like, from
you could play some
from-
hooky. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But like, it's kind of more of a frowned upon practice than somebody that's saying, you know what, I'm taking a personal day and I'm, on Wednesday and I'm going to Kings Dominion or Hershey Park or Cedar Point or whatever. So you have, families are more in that school setting, and it's just like, it's not like the summer where it's normal for people to just kind of like, okay, this is my vacation week or whatever. You don't see that happen at this time of year. So everything's just compressed into that weekend.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. All right. Someone responded, not a fan of scare actors. So back to the don't like being scared.
I get you.
I get you when I was like 5. But now I'm not sure I see eye to eye with you there. Someone said, without a doubt, creates the best atmosphere, and the night rides are always a major plus, which is what I agree with as well. And then Airtime Mike, I'll name drop him since he's an honorary host of the show. Summer, he said, because parks are open every day, and the weather is enjoyable for water parks as well. So
If you're a water park guy, then
I
yeah,
mean,
definitely.
I think that's kind of playing on that dual aspect again of like, oh, you get a coaster and you get a haunted house, or you get a coaster and you get a water slide. And I much prefer the the haunted houses. So I like water slides too, but yeah, I'm gonna take the haunts every time. Take those scare zones and haunted houses. And yeah, that's it. That is the end of our poll for this week. Thank you guys so much for responding. We got some good responses this week. And next week, we're asking you guys if you had the option to theme a dark ride, non-IP, let us mind you, because a lot of you guys are going to cheat. And you're going to go the Disney or Universal route and say, oh, Harry Potter or SpongeBob or whatever. You can't do that. Think of something original, something creative. It doesn't have to be like abstract and crazy and whoa, that's never thought of that before. But if you had the chance to theme a dark ride, what would you theme it to? What would you choose? Think of something cool.
Yeah, I'm
hopefully it doesn't take
hear.
too much time, but hopefully it's something that is creative and from the heart, not just a IP that you see all the time at Universal or Disney. And you can do so. Answer that is. Do so by going to coastertalkpodcast.com/poll or by visiting us on our social medias at Coaster Talk Podcast, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. As well as posting the poll, we'll post news, updates, opinions, analysis on the industry. And that'll also be found on YouTube. We have Coaster Talk Podcast. It's 3 separate words there. You can find vlogs, footage, reviews, top 10s, all that. Live streams. That's where we stream every Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Wink, wink.
Ish.
And then you can contact us as well, coastertalkpodcast.com/contact, or email james@coastertalkpodcast.com or bob@coastertalkpodcast.com with any comments, questions, or concerns, or with a call in. Call us in, like Daniel and Sir Mix-a-Lot. No, I'm just Thuzy Raps did so this episode. Call us in with with anything really. Again, it could be a rap song. I didn't even think of that when we first did this. It could be something like that. But call us in. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know how you're feeling. Tell us about something coaster related, and make it somewhat short, and we'll play it on the show. We'd love to do so. And there's also a benefit for you. We're gonna give away some prizes. We have a Pantheon lanyard and a Voyage pin for the best, which we'll decide in a couple months here, the best call-ins. And lastly, you can vote. Lastly, you can go to coastertalkpodcast.com/shop and purchase any Coaster Talk merchandise that you would like. Thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode, and we'll see you guys next week. I think that might be one of the shortest shows we've done.
And it's at least in a while.
I like a short show, though. It's not too much. I feel it's not too much for me. It's not too much for you. It's not too much for the listeners.
Right.
It's not like, holy shit, I got to set aside 2.5 hours to listen to these guys.
It's a break from the long one from last week. I didn't realize it didn't feel like we went that long last week, but we did.
Yeah, what were you guys pushing, like 2 hours?
We were over 2 hours.
Interesting.
You put it together. You didn't notice.
No, I don't notice things like that anymore. That just completely flies over me. No, let me look. See the exact. It was 2 hours and 25. One before that was 2 hours. One before that was, let's see. Oh, the one before that was an hour and 15, so that's not too bad. So, but at least it wasn't a 4-hour show. Or 3 hours. 3 hours, sorry, not 4 hours. If we went 4 hours, that'd be it. Could not drop that show. 3 hours and 7 seconds. That still pisses you off, I bet.
So I was like, man.
I
Do we even
swear
have? Do we have anybody left?
I
stream?
edited it down. And it's still no, we have none left. All right, guys. Appreciate all you for listening, and even though no one's there, but anyone that's watching this in the future, thank you for listening in. We'll see you on the
Yep,
next live
see
stream,
you.
whatever that may be.
Hopefully next week.
Well, I'm talking if people are watching this from a future perspective.
Oh yeah, that's true. Very good point.
Good night.